Welcome to Tabs Up, episode 6. Today we have SoleKefs as our special guest. SoleKefs probably, he probably won't admit it himself, but he's probably the most influential Polynesian Twitch streamer that we have right now within our community. Mans has done a lot for a lot of the community actually, from putting the community up on his talent show last weekend, to all the other little things that he does as well. So we're real lucky, Unknown and I, and maybe Flex, if Flex comes on later. We'll be having a chat with Kefs. If there's anything you want to know about him, I've got a Instagram story that you can ask him what you want to ask. Heaps of questions that have come through already, which is cool. But yeah, today we got SoleKefs. Trying a little bit different this time, so we've got video chat because all of these other ungrateful people asked where was the video in the last couple episodes. So we've got video for this one, which is pretty awesome. If it does get a bit delayed, and I'll try fix the audio on that, but we'll just run with it for this one. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. We'll bring them through.
Just to follow through.
Hello.
Oh, is it somewhere?
Showtime.
Right, so we've got UsoUnknown top right corner. I've got SoleKefs on the left hand side. Obviously, also, firstly, just want to say thanks for agreeing to come on. I think you're probably one of the first people that we thought about having on Tabs Up when we kind of started it.
Yeah.
But just wanted to kind of get the timing right, I guess, and get some reps under our belt before we came into getting the big boys in. So thanks for joining.
Yeah, Sully, all good. You already know us. Anytime, Sully.
All right, man.
Got you.
So for those that don't know you, which is probably no one, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
I guess just for those who may not know, my name is Eli or Elijah, or on Twitch or online known as SoleKefs. I've been playing video games for ages, since I was like a little kid, but streaming probably just over 2 years now. Streaming on Twitch for just a little bit over 2 years now. I stream pretty much almost every day throughout the week. And I'm currently a content creator / influencer for Mindfreak Esports, which is an organization, a gaming org based over here in Australia. I grew up in New Zealand, but I live in Australia now, and I have been here with my family for it'll be like 13 or 14 years now.
Shucks.
But yeah, that's, I guess, pretty much me in a nutshell, I guess, hopefully.
Nice. 2 years, man. I thought it was like way longer than that.
Nah, it's frick. I didn't even do anything for it, and we didn't even notice. I think just after
Shows how much you pay attention, Bandit.
Wow.
I think I missed the email.
I think just after the 2 years, the 2 year mark, we were talking about on stream, like how long I've been streaming for, and someone asked about it, and then I thought about it, and I looked it up, and I was like, oh shit. And I think it was like the week before, it was like 2 years, and I didn't even do anything for it.
Jeez.
But I don't know. I'm not really. I don't know. Though, like, I don't mind if it's cool to celebrate in that, but I don't mind either way, you know.
Yeah, facts. Nice. So tell us a bit more about your family, also.
So I guess, like me and my immediate family over here, it's me, my wife, and my kids. I have 5 kids, 4 girls and 1 boy. My oldest daughter lives with her mum, so it's from a previous relationship, and like living with me, like in my home, is my other girls and my son, which is my youngest. Mum and dad both live in. My dad lives in Korea, but he's back in Australia for now with everything that's going on. But pretty much my whole family live in pretty much here in Australia, just all over. Everyone's in Queensland. Everyone's in Queensland, but just all over the place, like right up to Sunny Coast to Brisbane, Gold Coast. But yeah, that's, I don't know if there's anything else that you'll know that. I think that's pretty much it.
How many siblings you got?
Oh, so there's me. I think. Oh wait, how many kids are there? 6.
Oh yeah.
5 boys and 1 girl. Yeah, and I'm the second eldest. It's just my older brother, me, my sister who's the middle.
Yeah.
After her, in my family is a set of twins. They're unidentical twins there. And then my youngest brother who still lives with my mum. I think he's like 16 at the moment.
Shit.
I think. Oh, yeah.
So I think it's well known that you haven't lived there your whole life. You said what 14 years you've spent in Australia?
Yeah, something like that.
Where were you before that?
Before here, I actually lived in Welly for 2 years, and we moved to Wellington because my dad's work and stuff like that. Growing up, like we moved quite a lot, like we moved around New Zealand quite a lot because of my dad's work. But originally from Auckland, originally born and raised in Auckland, and that's probably where I spent most of my time in New Zealand. I grew up out west, a place called West Harbour in Massey.
Okay.
But yeah, West Auckland is like home for me. That's home. But yeah, lived there, lived in Welly, lived in Central Auckland for a bit. Jeez, I think that's pretty much it. Just those are the two main, just Auckland and Wellington. But yeah.
And now you're over in the coast, is it? Is that where you are?
Yeah, Gold Coast, the Gold Coast in Queensland. And been here since I was like far out 16, I think 15. Been here for ages.
That's crazy. What is your you said that you moved around quite a bit because of your old man's work. What kind of work does he do?
Like in short, he's always been in like some type of like corporate / office job. So growing up, he was like in he used to work for telecom way back in the days.
Yep.
Like when telecom in New Zealand and that. This was before what they call it now, Spark, eh?
Yep. Spark now.
Spark, yeah. So like back in the day, he used to work in telecom. I used to work for telecom. He used to work for Telstra before they became Telstra Clear over there.
Yep.
I don't think the company's there anymore. I'm not too sure. And like it's always been some type of I don't know, like office / corporate kind of job. The reason why we moved to Welly though, he actually used to work for New FM, like the radio station, and he worked for them in Auckland. And then we moved down to Wellington because he was the manager for Wellington and the South Island. So we moved down there before we moved over here. So that was pretty much it. We just moved all the time here because there was always something going on with my dad's work, and they always offered him to like move to, to the head office or like to something else. So yeah, Frick, I think I was talking about it last night. I went to like 7 different schools growing up. So always, so we're like always moving, and it kind of sucked. Oh, in a way, because you have to always be like the new kid at school and had to try and make new friends and stuff like that. But I guess now, like growing up, it's like, man, like I have friends from like a lot of different places, which is pretty buzzy, which is pretty cool. But yeah.
What do you reckon would be the hardest part about moving around so much? You talked about like starting new, because hard enough doing that once, when you're a little kid. But yeah. Is there anything else that you think found quite hard with that?
I think. Yeah, I just reckon that. Just having to like reset, reset every time.
Harder.
And like when you're young, it doesn't matter too much, you know what I mean? Because you're still young and you don't understand what's going on. It's obviously you understand it's different, but you don't quite get it. I guess as you get older and as you I guess like make friends and relationships with people and your boys and all that kind of stuff. I reckon it gets harder. It gets harder to do so because I guess growing up as a teenager, you rely on your friends a lot. And I guess growing up, a lot of the time you tell your friends, your friends sometimes know more than your parents do about what goes on in your life, and so it's harder. It's harder because then you have to try and like learn to trust new people that you don't know, and just going through that over and over again can get pretty rough. So that's what I reckon was probably the hardest thing about it. But yeah.
Would you like keep up with your mates from like your older schools on like Facebook and Bieber and that when you left, or?
Sully, what was crack up as? So last night we were in the chat. I was streaming in that last night, and Tribe Z. So is that? I think his name's is that Bullets? Is one of the West boys?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. He was in the chat and we were just talking, and I don't know how it came up, but I said that I used to live in Wellington. Oh no. That's right. I was actually saying that I was gonna be on this tonight.
Yeah.
And then I said your Twitch, and obviously you have 5824, which is that postcode for Peter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he noticed it. He's like, oh, that's Peter. And I said, oh, I actually used to live down in Wellington. And the funny thing is, because this whole time I've known him for ages, I've known him for a while, like just I guess through streaming and Twitch and shit like that. The funny thing was, I actually went to school with his older brother.
Oh shit.
So his older brother, when I went to Rongotai, his older brother was in the same year as me, and then his other older brother was in the same year as my older brother. And we were just buzzing because I've known him this whole time and I didn't even realize. And like at Rongotai, a lot of schools in Wellington, they're all like what they call it? Is it called co-ed? Like how it's just all boys and all girls schools and that. Yeah. So I guess that was my first time going to school like that, and a lot of time it's like a real tight brotherhood. You go like everyone knows everyone kind of thing. So it was it was Buzzy when he said the boys' names, and I was like, solid. This guy. That's funny because the oldest brother. He's a funny kind of. He's a class clown kind of guy,
Oh, true.
But I knew straight away when he said his names. I was just cracking up. I said, "Silly, I know your brothers from a long time ago." Like, but it was cool. So I think just on that, you meet people and stuff like that happens. It's crazy.
Oh, small world.
It's crazy. Even from like stream and stuff like that. There's been a few instances where it's actually been like that. Which is pretty buzzy, pretty crazy, but it's really good. Yeah,
mad. Because you get like I've been on a couple of your streams where you kind of connect the dots with people in your chat, like, oh, I know this person, I know this person from this place. Yeah, they're far. That's buzzy, man. Yeah. Mad. I
think a lot of it does come from that, like just growing up and just living in heaps of different places and stuff like that. But yeah. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool in a way.
And what do you miss the most about film, if anything?
Besides family, if we don't count that, then 100% food.
Yeah.
By far. Yeah, Zilly. That's what actually, the food and the people. Not that people here thing, but
right.
I don't know.
It's a New Zealand podcast, mate. You can just be honest.
Hey? Nah, so straight up, Zilly. That's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is, but I don't know. If I could make enough money and if the weather was a bit better, I'd probably live in New Zealand, to be honest.
Actually.
Yeah, that's probably the only, But yeah.
Nice.
Food, man. It's you don't realize until you leave. It's man.
Not the same.
Just being able to go like walk down the road to a bakery and get like a solid feed, and or go fish and chip shop and not have to spend like fucking $80 to get a feed for your family, silly. Fucking hell.
Actually, facts.
So going back to your upbringing, can you talk to us about like, I guess your gaming as a child, like what got you into gaming and that kind of stuff?
Solid. The earliest memory that I can remember is like my 5th birthday, and getting a Super Nintendo. It's like there might be some young cats in the chat like, what the fuck is that shit? Super Nintendo,
Super NES, right?
Yes, solid. The SNES. That was like an old ass console, that was made by Nintendo. They had games like Mario, Super Mario on there. Frick, what other games I remember was on there? Donkey Kong.
The Killer Instincts was on there.
Killer Instincts on there. There's other Lawnmower Man.
Freaking, you know about those freaking 70 hit combos?
19, oh, Zully. Oh, yeah, the Ultra Zully. No, it's like a real old school console, and that's probably like my earliest memory of gaming. Ever since then, I don't know. I've always been into video games, and like the other siblings in my family, they play it and stuff like that. But I was always like, I would like live on it, you know what I mean? Like I would that's all I'd want to do. I just want a game. I just want to play video games and just, used to get in trouble like for like, trying to play what I wasn't supposed to, so I don't know, from there, we didn't always have like the latest consoles and that. Like I think from there I think the next console that we had, because we stuck with that one for ages, even though all the new ones are coming out. I think the next one we had was like a Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then an Xbox, but that was like way after it came out. It wasn't like brand new. It was probably like a few years after it came out. Yeah. But I remember one time for my birthday, my parents hired it from the video shop. We could only have it overnight, so we just play games all night. Yeah, console. Yeah, hide the console. But yeah, we never always had it because just so many of us kids,
So let's say since you've been the second oldest, I guess you would have had a fair bit of time on the game, eh?
Yeah, I did because my brother he was kind of into it, but he wasn't hard out into video games. Like he played a bit, but like not as much as I did. So he didn't really care about it too much. He was doing other stuff. He was really focused on basketball and that. He was really into sport and stuff like that. And plus, my parents, because he's the oldest, my parents be like, what are you doing on the game? Go study or go practice basketball, or something like that. So yeah, I probably played the most out of all of us in our family, I reckon. But yeah.
And when did you buy your own console first?
Sully. Fuck. Probably, bro. I'm not even joking. Probably not until like maybe the last 5 years.
Nice. What was it? Just your
The
PC
first.
or?
No, it wasn't my PC. I think it might have been like a 360. Like was it 360 Xbox One or I can't remember which one it was. But because I guess the console, the first console that I had when I was like over 18, I should say, I actually won it from work, and that was the one that I got when I won it from work. I got Black Ops and stuff like that, and then that's when I met the boys like Fox, Kana, Naki, and all of them. That was like all the way back then. But even that console, I didn't buy it. Like I just won it,
Yeah.
so I didn't really pay for it, I guess. And then I just had that for ages. And then yeah, I can't even remember. Like probably just like an Xbox after that, maybe. That was probably like the first time I bought my own console for myself.
Bandit, what'd you get yours?
Over 20, over 18 years old. I think about it.
What was it?
Hey Bandit, what did you buy? What did you buy for your first console?
I bought PS3. That was my first one. That I bought by myself. Second hand though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That's it. So,
What was yours, Mongo?
What was it?
Bro, I was like 17, fresh out of job with the PS2 Slim G.
Oh, are you playing that one or mixing easily?
Fresh copy of Rugby 8, bro. That was us, bro.
Billy, don't even start.
Here we go. I swear, bro. You guys, I say you're good and you sit there fucking Mr. Captain Squiggle, mate. Oh, bro.
No, so what do you about it? When you get to do your kick, just press start. Yeah. With your kick, start. Yeah, What do you know, Sully?
Nah, yeah, I just scored tries, I didn't need to get the kicks.
Apparently that console was like the highest selling console ever.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because it was out for ages, before the PS3 came out.
Ages.
Like PS2, do you mean just in general?
PS2. Yo.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Because there was nothing to combat it, really. It was like freaking Nintendo 64. That was it. But Nintendo 64 had been out for ages,
Yep.
But yeah, when I remember when the PlayStation came out and the PlayStation 2 came out, suddenly that was like, fuck. Yeah, we didn't have one.
I think like a few years after that, then the Xbox, the first one came out.
Xbox, the OG Xbox came out long after that, I'm pretty sure.
And that was mean too, because you can have music loaded into that one.
So like music and four controllers in there. Certainly.
Well, like music playing in the back in that.
Yeah, you can have like a playlist in there.
Yeah,
and I think that was an era when the Discmans were slowly going out and they had the
like the MP3 players.
No, I think just before the MP3 players. Is it mini disc? Before was it straight after the Discmans?
Sorry, what did you say you had? Oh, mini what?
Mini McFlurry over here. You're hungry.
Oh shit!
The vibes. We're gonna get sponsored by Macca's.
Yeah, I hope so, Solid. Tonight, you mentioned before that's how you met Fox and Naki and all them.
Yeah.
How did you meet those guys?
Sally, this is pretty much it. In short, the story. It was probably like maybe my second or third game. I never had like my own console. That was actually probably my first console, like for my own as well. I never had my own console before, and that's actually where I first made the name SoleKefs. So I've had that name since all the way back then. Like, cause I don't know much about it, like going online and what you had to do and all that. So I made the profile like when I first jumped on. Like I said, you have to make your account, like put my name and all that, and then it said you have to make like a gamer tag, a GT. So I knew I wanted to have Sole in there, but I didn't know what to put after that. And gifts, like, or the slang gifts, I got that from when I went to RC, when I went to Wrongtown, Wellington. Like everyone just used to say it, and it doesn't like, not in a bad way. Like it just means, like if I could like stub your toe or some shit, you're like, oh, gifts, like, or if you crash your car on the game, like gifts, So I just put them together, and that's that's it really. But I was playing or like second or third game, just TDM on Black Ops, and our other mate who actually lives in Woodridge around here in Logan, his name is Haz, or Hardcore Soldier was his name on the game back then. He probably just seen me in one of the games, and he just invited me to a party, like the custom lobbies that they have. And I went in there, and it was a Nuketown, Sully, and there was just a whole bunch, whatever the max, I think it was like 12 or 16 or whatever the max was. There was just a whole bunch of islanders in there, and so everyone was just roasting each other. Fox was in there, freaking Has, I think Connor was in there. This is a whole group of islanders just all laughing and just mocking each other. Sully. I was like, what the hell is this? And then and then once they all calmed down, and then Has Hardcore Soldier, he just said, oh, Sully, I noticed your name. Like, do you want to jam with us? Like, and then from there, just ask where I'm from and all that. And then so we've just been boys ever since. Really,
that's crazy.
That's pretty much the short how I met them. Yeah, bro, I was buzzing. I thought that shit was solid. When Black Ops 1 first came out, pretty much. So whenever that came out, 2000 and fuck. Wait, hold on. Let me look on Google. Sully. I don't even know. Black Ops 1.
I think it was 2010, 2011.
Yeah, 2010 from what it says on here. So yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years, man. Holy.
Yeah, bro. So that's how long I've known freaking those boys for, man. And back then, so like we were all like 18, 19 or whatever age.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like that's why I always tell people, so like, you see Fox and all that, obviously you see Fox in videos or on live and all that. So like, see him how he is now, so like, he was fucking 10 times worse back then. I mean that good, you know how he's just like straight up?
Yep.
Sully, he was more straight up before, but it was good though. In a good way, because fuck, I reckon you need people like that, you know.
Man.
But he was always the funny cunt, bro. He was always the funny cunt that just he's bro. Got a lot of love for those also folks, man.
Fucking
big
ups to the Bobber boys for taming him down. I
don't know. I don't know if they've done that. Nah, he's all good, man.
The first thing he said, we used to jump in the party chat. Anyone streaming?
Yeah.
Nah. Fuck it.
So
That's
Fox, man. That's Fox, man. It always be Fox, bro. That's good, man. Never change, you know. That's him.
How do you explain to people what SoleKefs means when they ask you?
Oh, but this is I guess honestly just how I explained it before. To be honest, it sounds really weird, but sometimes it's easier to explain to people that aren't Poly or Samoan, probably more specifically, because they don't have any kind of how do you put it? How do you put it? Like, obviously, when you say like gifts, or if you say like, obviously, if you say like gifty and stuff like that to someone, you know what I mean? You say something close to it, they could be offended or whatever, you know. But if you try and explain it to someone that doesn't know what that word is, what that word means, it's you can kind of just not make it up, but you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so say it without being judged almost, you know. But I just say this. I just say exactly like that. Like when I first made the name, I knew I wanted to have Sole in there, and if they don't know what Sole means, I just explain that. And then with gifts, I just say the same thing. It's just like a slang. And then I obviously know that has ties to like a pretty much a disrespectful word, but it was never like a disrespectful, never disrespectful in any way.
Yo, hard.
Yeah. So,
have you ever run into any trouble using that name?
Nah, never.
Yeah,
Not that I know. Not that I know.
Oh, that's crack up, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
Yeah. I guess not really trouble, but the only and it's not even like it's not a thing at all. But not long after I first signed to Mindfreak, Naked, big shout out to Naked, big shout out to Mindfreak as well. Naked, who's the owner of Mindfreak, he hit me up in DMs and he's like, what does SoleKefs mean? Like, he's asking me because apparently there was an Islander guy who worked where he worked, and he was like saying it must have came up. But then I fully explained it to him, because then he thought it meant what usi means, you know what I mean, or ufa, you know, he thought it was that, and I fully explained to him. I just told him, but he said, it's all good. Like he says all good. But besides that, that's not even. But that's probably the closest that I can.
That's a typical thing, eh? When Palangis have Samoan mates.
Yeah.
I just say hello, Kefi.
So to be honest, I've never maybe like if they're like having a scrap or something, but I've never seen any Samoan that's like truly, you know, charabi. It's always fucking done in a funny way, like a playful way. But I don't know. There probably is, but yeah.
Peace. Before we get to your content creating, I wanted to ask about what your hobbies are outside of content creating and streaming. So if you're not doing that stuff, what would people find you doing?
So they're probably either with my family, at the moment, at work, or asleep. This is literally my life right now. And it has been for like the last two and a bit years. Just doing this, literally like any free time I have. Like it's literally, I guess, as not as soon as I started getting into it, but over time, it became like my life and pretty much my family's life, really. Like a lot of it kind of revolves around, a lot of our life and what we do revolves around content creation, streaming, whether it's vlogs, whether it's like actually streaming, whether it's, you know, doing stuff. Like just before I was saying, like replying to emails and DMs and just organizing events for the future. Like I really try and put like my fucking 120% into it, like 200% into it. And just try and manage my time as best I can, really. But yeah, like outside of, I guess before that, outside of it is probably just gaming and maybe drawing here and there. So I don't know if you guys can see it, like just right here behind me on the shelf. I just recently ordered like a whole heap of like pens and a book, like a black book, but it's like they're like good ones. So I want to get into like drawing and like art streams and stuff like that. I've wanted to for ages, but I don't know, I've always just been lazy about it, I guess, or just never really prioritized that well. But big shout out to the bro Brox, doing big things, doing like creative stuff, and it's like, man, I need to do that. I need to just get into it. So I'm gonna get into it soon. Maybe on like Sunday streams or something like that, but I just don't know exactly when. But yeah, besides that, like at the moment, just if I'm not doing stream stuff, I'm probably asleep or hanging out with the family or at work. That's pretty much it. Or we're just playing games offline. We're just playing games offline. So yeah.
Solid, man.
But pretty boring life. Pretty boring life.
That's boring to you, Solid, man.
Nothing too crazy.
What kind of art are you into? You're drawing and that.
Like growing up, I actually got into like graffiti quite a bit. Like graffiti and like as I grew older and stuff like that, I started to get into calligraphy and I don't know, like tiny bit of like graphic design and stuff like that. When I was young, I wanted to get into architecture as like a job. Like that's kind of what I wanted to do for work, but you know, didn't quite happen. But yeah, I don't know, just like that's kind of like what I reckon got me into like drawing and art and painting and stuff like that. Always took art at school as one of my subjects and stuff, but yeah, I reckon graffiti was probably the one that kind of got me into it and shit like that. So yeah.
And do you see that trait in your kids now? Are they're growing a bit older?
Yeah, like they're still kind of young and stuff like that, but I can see that one of my kids, even though I don't draw as much these days because they're still quite young and that, but one of them just really loves to draw, likes to do her own thing, like real reserved and stuff like that. Just, you know, like she just kick back and, you know, but yeah, she likes to draw quite a bit, which is cool. But I need to get back into it more. I think I don't think it's really for my influence, to be honest, because I haven't done too much of it lately. But hopefully soon I get back into it more often.
Nice. So we can.
Yeah.
So, Bandit, can you draw?
Can I draw? Can I draw? Can I draw? Nah, I can't. Can you?
Yeah, stick figures, cuz.
Yeah, probably similar. What's your hidden talent, Nils?
Who? Me?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yep.
Or him? Oh, I was like, wow.
Oh, both of you. Nah, yeah, Kefs,
Nah.
what's yours, Sole? What's your hidden talent? This, you know, what people want to know.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm pretty. I don't know. Fuck. I'm pretty much. What you see is what you get. So, like, I don't think there's anything that I can do that nobody knows about. That makes sense, at least. You know, my streams, you know, is content's kind of drying up. So, you got to try to be creative, and I think all my secrets are out the bag. So
Nah,
I don't think it's anything else.
It just comes with a job for you.
Nah, but like, I don't think there's anything like out of the ordinary crazy that I know of that, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
It could be an
What
art.
about you, Zalea?
It could be an art.
What about you, Mr. Unknown?
I don't.
It could be art. Some people actually, yeah, some people may not have seen it. Like, I have shown it on stream and stuff like that sometimes, but not like every single time I stream. But yeah.
Oh, man. Solid. What's yours?
What about you, Bandit?
What's yours?
Nah, ask first.
No, you didn't.
I don't know, eh? Probably I'm more of a all-rounder, eh?
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Quick learner, can play a fucking lot of things,
Oh, yeah.
if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Solid, oops.
Yeah, fucking master, fucking certified and whatnot in there.
That's all the cameras up here.
Better. Yeah, handy.
Yeah, moving on.
Bandit, what's your secret talent?
I honestly don't.
And you can't lie too, because we know people that have known you going to school with you and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, what can I?
Hey, are you sure?
Yeah.
No, I don't have any. I'm probably same as SoleKefs. You know, what you see is what you get.
You kind of sound like a secret talent kind of guy, though. So.
Oh, find secret
So
talents,
the man
man.
sings.
I would have been there on Friday,
Hey?
Sunday.
So the man sings, bro.
Nah,
Does he?
Yeah.
Actual?
Man's got pod.
you wanna hear it, Sole?
Shall I
You
go
wanna hear
sing us
something?
something?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Don't laugh. I know, I can see your
okay,
face.
Can't doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah. You ready?
Don't be an idiot, bro. I'm gonna pull you when I see you again. Yeah, serious now.
Alright, ready? How do I? No, guess this guy's stitching me up. It's distracting, man. It's distracting. I can't sing, but I did want to talk to you about the talent show, which we will. But we'll just carry on from this conversation because no more hidden talents by the looks of it. So it took us.
Oh, hit and tell. I thought you said hit and miss.
Are you sure?
Oh, nah.
Oh, yo.
Talk to us about your journey as a content creator. Like, obviously, from the very start. Before you start giving us a story, I guess what question I'd like to put you into it, inspired you to do it.
I don't know. Like, I always, obviously, like, you see, like, people making YouTube videos and stuff like that. Like, back when I first wanted to start to get into it, Twitch was way different. This was like years before Fortnite. And Twitch was different. There were still trolls here and there, but like, it was nowhere near as bad as it is now, I guess. I used to, this was back when Destiny 1 came out. I used to play Destiny like heaps. Destiny 1, I used to play that hard out. And it was probably the only game that I really started to get on, like, play like competitively, not play competitively for like a team, but like me like look at leaderboards and all that shit. That's probably like the only game that I really like fully got into in that way. And I used to watch this streamer who used to stream on Twitch, but recently, I think last year, signed a deal with Mixer, and he streams on Mixer now. But his name was King Italian. He was just this Canadian dude. And I always used to just buzz out. Like if I go in his chat, I didn't really talk. I was just used to hang out in there and just watch him play Destiny because it's pretty good. But I just like the whole like aspect of his community, how he was, I don't know, like, you know, it was like real tight knit, like everyone like, you know, could come to him and just hang out, you know, to ask questions about advice, and you know, it was just a good vibe, just a good places to hang out, and at the same time, like I could just watch Disney and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think that's what probably got me into it. That's kind of why I wanted to get into trying to do the same thing. Like when I first started, it wasn't really live stream. I didn't really try to do live streaming at that, like straight away at that point in time, but I started to try and get make gaming videos and stuff like that, like montages and stuff. It's probably there's probably like some old ass videos somewhere that I uploaded on the internet somewhere. There's, you know, those ones to try and think I look cool as it. Yeah, that was it. I mean, like from there, like I did try and start, like this is when I was still on Xbox. So I actually tried to buy like an Elgato and everything like that. And try and get into it, like try and actually properly stream and stuff like that. This was probably like maybe 6 months after when I first started to, you know, get into making videos and all that. And that didn't, I guess, just at the time, because I was working at the bank at that time, and I was really, really time poor. Like I wasn't able to, or didn't have much spare time. Like I was usually at work, I would leave home when it's dark, and I get home when it's dark, and in the weekends, a lot of the time would either just be spending time with family or just be like resting my brain. So I just couldn't like fit it into the schedule that I had at that time. It wasn't until I finished up at the bank and started working at Apple, I was working from home, where I had like a lot more time, because once I finished work, it was still full time, but once I finished work, I could literally just turn around onto like my own PC and then just start doing whatever. Like lunch breaks, I could just turn around and just start doing, like, you know, working on stream stuff. So I just had a lot more time, and I could actually properly get into it. On top of that, like me and all the boys, Naki, Midi, Kana at the time was probably like the few of the main boys that we used to jam. We jammed quite a lot, and we just thought, you know, why not just get into streaming? Why not do it? And yeah, I pretty much just started doing it. I streamed on Facebook for a little while. I could see APAC in the chat, and APAC's probably been watching me since like all the way back then. Like when I was streaming on Facebook. So I streamed on there for like a few weeks, so I don't know exactly how long. And then I just switched across to Twitch, with like one of the main reasons being there was a few, but one of them, or like a few of them, was like I could stream for longer than 4 hours on Twitch. I could play music without my stream going down pretty much.
That happened.
The quality was better, because this was back when you couldn't even stream past like the highest quality you could stream on Facebook back then was 720 and 30 frames, I think.
Yep.
Even if your PC could handle it, like they wouldn't let you, you know.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let you go past there. But yeah, there's a few people, including APAC, that's been watching since all the way back then, and I'm freaking grateful for that. And I still buzz out, like, you know, and I think about it, it's like, man, that's crazy. But that's I guess pretty much in short, like that's what kind of got me into it. And then yeah, I just started jamming some PUBG, Fortnite, and yeah, I don't know, it just freaking ended up where we are now. Been crazy. All sorts of stuff happened, I guess, in between, but yeah.
You hear that, chat? What you need to do is stream on Facebook for a couple of weeks, play PUBG, Fortnite, and you'll be just like SoleKefs. Alright? Sharing all the secrets.
Oh man.
That's crazy. It's crazy, like the little gap from when PUBG and Fortnite came out. Obviously you would have started playing it then, and then to, you know, fast forward to when I met you, you were playing Fortnite, so there wouldn't have been too long after that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what season it was when I started streaming it, but it might have been at the end of season 2, maybe.
And at what point did you just give up PUBG?
Oh, like we're already like kind of like on the fence with it, because like for those who haven't played it, or those who didn't play it when it was like at its best, what's it called? They basically just kept on adding shit to, and it was just breaking the game, just in the way of like they thought like one of those things where they might have thought it was a good idea, but it was just a dumb idea and shit like that, But yeah, slowly it was just becoming like a shit game. There was a lot of hackers, and it just made it like a bad experience to play. And we actually played Fortnite, and yeah, it was, I don't know, it was just something different. It was just a bit more fun at the time. So we just jammed that. But yeah, I think we'll be playing some more PUBG soon.
Nice.
For something that's coming up.
Yeah.
But not too much of it, but yeah.
Nice.
But, yeah.
How long were you playing before you got given?
I was blessed and lucky enough to be able to be like, so basically there was in short, there was like 2 rounds of it. So the first time they gave it to people in like OCE and like Australia, New Zealand, we had it for about 2 weeks. They had it available for like 2 weeks. There was maybe far out that I knew of, like maybe 3 to 6 people that had access to it that could actually do it. And in that, I guess in the last week and a half, I pretty much streamed every single day. And man, I think we're doing like at least 6-7 plus hour streams. And then like on the last day, I hosted a tournament, and that was the very first tournament that I actually hosted with customs. And I had no idea how we done it, but we done it. It was crazy. It was crazy though. And it was a crazy like 2 weeks, and then it was gone. Customs are gone for a little while. In between that time, I played a bit of Fortnite. I played other games as well. And that's when I actually started playing, what was it? Grand Theft Auto RP. Like I started to get into that. Yeah, that's when Big Meat was like in between that time.
Yeah.
I don't know how long the gap was between them taking it away and then bringing it back in. But they brought it back again. I remember roughly what time around about when it was. And we pretty much got an email saying that like customs will be coming back. So I guess if anything, I was lucky enough to have it when it originally came out, and then when it went away, and then when it came back again, like straight away, I already had it again. So just lucky and blessed to be able to do that. To, I don't know, just do stuff with the community, like to be able to interact with the community more and yeah, enjoy the game as it was, I guess.
I do.
But yeah.
There was this one time, I wanted to mention it. There was, because you handle it so well, like griefers. Everyone gets griefers. Anyone's seen, how the boys handle griefers. It's not role model behavior, to say the least. But
yeah,
there's this one time I watched yours. This one guy, he kept doing it, and you found him, and you ended up talking to him, and that you asking him if everything's alright, if something was wrong, like you handle it really well.
Man.
And man, ever since that day, I was like, fuck, because I've never seen anyone, and I can't imagine any of the boys doing that giving that kind of response. So I guess like, no, don't lie.
Right here, cuz.
No, you're probably the worst. Honest, man. If it happened to you, probably
not on stream, Solly.
Reported.
All about that professionalism.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, fam?
Solid. But like, I guess like, trying to ask like, what goes through your mind when that kind of stuff happens? People start playing up in your stream. What's the thought process for you? Because the way you handle it is quite different to some other people.
Yeah. It's funny because I think I remember that time, and if it's the same person that I can think about, his name was like, it was like YT Salty something, Mr. Salty or some shit like that. And I think if it was the time I'm thinking about, it was me and Steve Cuzzy was in my party, and we just went Phil. He was a young dude, some young guy, and he just he kept on saying that he was the one who griefed Cypher or something. Was it Cypher PK or some shit like that? I don't know. He was the one that kept on griefing his. I don't know. Without like knowing their age and stuff like that, I think the first thing that comes to mind is like, man, you never know what people go through in their day. You never know the real reason why, or the core reason behind even why they started getting to in the first place. They could have been doing it all week, and this is how they enjoy their time on the internet. But I don't know. I think I just think in my head, like, I don't know what this person and how they even, or maybe even how they got to this mindset. But if someone like literally has fun or finds joy in making other people sad, surely there must have been something that kind of got them to that. They kind of got them. If they do it once or twice, yeah, okay, that's different. But constantly doing it over and over, or having a history of, surely there must have been something. And in my head, my head anyway. Surely there must have been something somewhere that kind of makes them think that doing, like, harming other people, whether it be verbally, mentally, whatever, they actually find joy in it. So I don't know. They could have just had a shit day, like whatever they were up to, and they just want to. That's the way that they're expressing themselves or taking it out on other people, or whatever it was. So I don't know. I kind of just think about that, and then just try. Like, I try and, like, at least try and talk to them, or just try and say, like, hey, like, reach out. Like, if you are going through stuff, a lot of time they won't. Sometimes they actually do. Sometimes they actually do reach out and stuff like that. Just have a chat to them and yeah. But that's usually a thought process, to be honest. And yeah, I don't know. You never know what people go through and shit. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't. There's like.
But then, yeah, if they just keep on going, then yeah, Gefi. Nah.
Then you go on mute. Sully.
Nah.
Like, oh yeah, I'm going to toilet. And then you're out there, Sully. You're like. Oh,
nah, that's what I think. I don't know.
Fair enough.
We get you on a show of your gaming chair.
Hey.
There you go.
Travis on the show of your gaming chair.
Oh.
The man. So before, you talked about how you're streaming on Facebook, and then you did a couple months on Twitch. See, before you got partnered, so probably a couple. How long was it before you got partnered?
I got partnered. Shit, what's the date? Probably. Fuck. I think about a year and a bit ago, May.
Because the year just came up.
Bro, I think our 1 year anniversary was actually just last week. It's another anniversary I missed, but
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's not like I don't know. Like, yeah, it's always cool to celebrate and stuff like that, but I'm not fussed, man.
Yeah, hard out.
Man, it's just another day, man. It's another day grinding.
Yo,
I would be surprised if it was like on the day that we done the
that's
Pacific Island thing.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool. But I know it was. I'm thinking either the 14th or the 16th of May last year. I think. I got a weird thing like with number. I don't know how I can remember. Like, I just remember weird. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the 14th. I could probably find out, but yeah.
What do you think?
So yeah, just I think.
Like, what do you think not what do you think, but what are the differences that you've found since you've been partnered? Aside from
Like, to be honest, like, a lot more. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot more opportunity. A lot more opportunity. And yeah, that I think that. Obviously, like, when I first got partnered, it took me a long time to, like, when you go into people's chat and they have like the check mark next to your name and all that shit.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to put that on there. I usually leave it off because I don't know. It felt weird. It felt weird for me to, like, I didn't like when people. How do you put it? I don't know how to say
You
it.
don't be that guy.
But like, I just didn't like the idea. Yeah. You know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say.
Hard out.
So like, I didn't put on there, and there's actually someone, I think it was Bradster, actually, one of the mods, who like kind of explained it to me in a good way, to be proud about it, don't, obviously he knew that I didn't, by doing it, that was never my intent. But he convinced me to, like, be proud of it, and like, don't, it's like your heart, it's like a, it's hard work and achievement kind of thing. So he said to look at it that way instead of, the way that I was thinking. But I think just, if anything, just a lot more opportunity. And yeah, get whether it's getting recognized or getting offered deals with like sponsored streams and stuff like that. Being able to do like how we done on Sunday, get front page and do like Pacific Island Asian Heritage Month and stuff like that. So I think opportunity is probably like the most biggest thing. There's a lot that I've been able to do. And I would say that it will be from either being partnered or the Twitch stuff. Big shout out to Inferno. The Twitch stuff here, like in Australia, New Zealand. Like, yeah, that's what I reckon.
Do you interact with him quite a bit?
The Twitch stuff? Yeah, I was actually talking to him today and yesterday. Like a lot. I talked to him a lot. Talked to him heaps. There's another, I guess, just from I can't talk about details yet. But I guess just from the stream that happened on Sunday, like talent show slash the front page and all that, from the stream as well as the community, like just how crazy like they saw the community was. But offered like another sponsored stream like deal kind of thing, which would be happening soon, awesome. which is dope. So again, like can't do it without the community. So dope to see everyone coming through and showing out. But yeah, I talked to him a lot. I talked to him probably at least once or twice a week, I'd say. But yeah, and like he was even the dude. If people watch the streams when I was at AO for Fortnite, he was a dude when they set up the cameras and stuff like that. That was him. There's two guys there, but he was one of them. But yeah, big shout out to Inferno, bro. He's the man.
Solid. You get the opportunity to, I guess, interact with other partnered streamers within ANZ? Yeah, quite a bit every now and then. It's kind of like a situation where like you just reach out if you kind of want to or need to. But there is like a ANZ Twitch partners Discord where there's always something going on, and you can always talk to and reach out to people there if you need help, or I don't know, just some people just talk in there, just see how everyone's day is and shit like that. So, but yeah, I talk to some. Or I don't know. I don't know. It's not like that I don't want to, but I usually just like to focus on poly community and that. So yeah, I do kind of. So, you've mentioned it quite a bit, but you just talked about like your own community. So I wanted to talk about Team Kefs, specifically.
Yeah.
And building a community for you.
Yeah.
What was the experience like for you, building your community from scratch?
Buzzy, eh? I remember we were actually trying to figure out the name. There was a few people in chat. This was ages ago. We were trying to figure out like a name, and it kind of came from like, you know, when people like sub or do anything like that, and you know, like people, you know, as streamers are like, oh yeah, welcome to blah blah blah, you know, welcome to the something, you know what I mean? And I was like, man, I want to do that, you know, just mucking around, trying to be a funny dude. And we thought of a lot of names. It was actually APAC was actually there. She was actually there when we were trying to figure out the name. She was part of it. So big shout out to APAC and some other people as well. But yeah, she was actually part of the people that created Team Gifts. I would say definitely give credit for that. But yeah, what was the other names we had? This was ages ago. The other names we had, we were saying like Gifts Gang and like some other dumb shit. Yeah. Some other, it was silly. It's like, nah, it's like, are you sure? Are you sure? But yeah, this was going back then. I think I wouldn't say that I'd done it from scratch. I'll definitely say that it was 100% a community thing. It was a community, and you know, I don't know. It was a blessing. A blessing, I would say, is probably the best way to explain it. Just to be able to have people just come through and just want to hang out, you know. Because it's not like I was good at the game. I was kaya as a kid. But just to kick back and, you know, and just chill and talk, ask how everyone's day was, and you know what I mean? Just good vibes, you know?
Yeah.
It's good vibes in that.
What kind of tips would you give to, I guess, other streamers and content creators that are looking at building their own communities? What worked for you? It might not work for everyone, you know, like, but what worked for you?
Be true to your community, and always, I guess, two things. Always remember that, like, you know, that for me anyway, the community is the most important thing. For a lot of different reasons. The community is gonna be like your support group. Is they're gonna be the ones that are there, whether they're there like every single stream, or where they pop through when they can and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. They're still part of the community. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like that's the I guess Team Gifts or the wider poly community or like the ANZ community. I think it is so important. And I think a lot of people don't grasp on how important it actually is for whatever reason, whether it be their own ignorance or they just don't understand it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I think I think it's so important to understand, to know and understand your community, and also just know that like not everyone is gonna enjoy your content, and it's nothing. A lot of time, it's nothing that you're doing wrong. It's just just like how you have your own opinions and. Like for example, because we always talk about food and we always refer to food because it's the easiest thing to refer to. Just how you like food, how you like certain things. Someone else might not like that kind of food that you like. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of thing. I guess same kind of concept. Sometimes they'll enjoy your company and your community's company. Sometimes they won't, but there's nothing wrong with that. And I think just briefly talking about that. That was probably like one of the most important things when I was thinking about joining an org. And then finally, when I decided to, start to talking to different orgs, and then when, we, spoke to Mindfreak and stuff like that, that was one really, really important thing. Like, I didn't want it to look like, it was like leaving, not like leaving Team Gifts, but like, that they were going to be forgotten in a way. And without me even knowing or like what they were going to do, but when the original social media post on Mindfreak, it was like, we would like to welcome, it was something like, we would like to welcome SoleKefs and Team Gifts, to Mindfreak. And they're like, man, I like almost cried. Like when I see this show, I'm like, fuck, man, that's perfect. Like that's exactly, I didn't even know they were going to do, like, I didn't even know how it was going to be worded and all that kind of stuff. But like when I saw that, like it was just even more like proof. I was like, man, this is the right choice. And so far it has been. So I think that just understand that your community, is your support group. That's like your, to me, it's, I think like potentially it could be the most important thing when doing this kind of stuff, because they're going to be the ones that are there vouching for you, sharing your stuff. You know what I mean? Like getting involved and interacting with anything that you put out, any kind of content you put out. So yeah.
Nice. You talk, like you've brought up a couple of times, like you give the Polynesian community the opportunity to showcase what they can do, whether it's the talent shows, tournaments that you run, and a lot of the content that you kind of share and tips that you give to everyone. I guess what's the kind of motivation behind that? Like, obviously, it's something really important to you, but
the
reason behind.
I don't know. There wasn't anything that like, like some kind of divine intervention happened in my life or anything like that, that I feel like, back to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think the mindset around it has always been like this space, even though there is a lot more than there were like 2 years ago, this space is still, can be still very new to Polynesians. Like if we talk about the digital gaming space, I know that there's a lot of people, like a lot of Polynesians in the digital space, whether it be like on Instagram creating content, Facebook, TikTok, and all that kind of stuff. But it's still growing. It's still growing, I think, anyway. In the gaming side of things, we see a lot of people out there doing it. A lot of people who aren't Polynesian, but then there's also a lot of people online who are Polynesian. So, like, if we can do it there, why can't we do it here as well? And I don't know. I think. I actually believe like we're competitive, we're passionate, a lot of other ethnicities are, but I guess naturally we're naturally competitive and compassionate, and we love to have a good time. We love to smile, laugh, and bring positivity, but we're also very tight knit and like very loyal to each other and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think all of these things can be found in gaming and this kind of stuff, whether it be competitive or content creation and that's, I think I just always think, like if everyone else can do it, why can't we? You know what I mean? Why can't we get out here and do this kind of stuff as well? A lot of the time, there's a lot of Polynesian content creators that I think in my head, like that I see, like I lurk at people's streams, stuff like that. I'm like, man, like, once this person, if they want to, of course, once this person learns how to do this and understands how to do that, and, they're just gonna go crazy. But I think that's where I try and come in and try and give opportunities where I can. Constantly looking for opportunities to help anyone and everyone. But yeah, try and give opportunities when I can, where I can, and whatever I can do to kind of help towards that. I try and I try my best to do anyway. But yeah,
it's crazy because like I think that you've kind of, well, for us anyway, I think you've helped us out quite a bit. I know you've helped Monga, Tyrone, or also known out quite a bit when he's asked for it.
Yeah.
You've helped us personally, or you've helped me personally with a couple of things that I've asked you about. But then you also see the opportunity for us as well. There's been a number of times where you've gone out of your way to reach out to us and say that, hey, there's something here that that interests you, or so. It's it's not just you putting something on a big scale. There's always the smaller things as well. It was solid. Yeah, thanks.
That's for the community, man. Always try to love it when I can. Any opportunity I get, like I'll try. Like
I think that with some people, like with you having, like the partnership and stuff like that, might be think that you're too big to ask in that, but fucking from the experience that obviously that I've had, like even with meeting as well, like freaking, where it's all about just asking and share CV, like.
Yeah, I think that's like a big reason why I like didn't want to put the check mark next to my name, like when I go and chat to me. I don't know. Like, even like, man, sometimes, man, there's some, like recently someone like seen me at my work from the stream and stuff like that. I don't know if this person's here or not. And they just walked past and they're saying they were going to say hello. I said, so they should just come back and like say what's up. Like, I don't know. I don't want people to think like they can't approach me. That's the last thing that I want people to think. I don't know. Just like you already know, like when we're at Paxton there, I really enjoy like being with everyone else, like being in the community with the boys, just doing what we do, just nothing special, just go have a feed,
chill, banter,
chill,
banter, chill, amazing race, chill.
And then three tables with all these islanders, and you see all these other guys looking at us on the. But no, I don't know, man. That's so it's always gonna be the boys in there, like that. You know what I mean? When I say that, I mean everyone, not just boys, but. But yeah, like just chilling with the people and with everyone else, man. I don't know. I don't want it to make it out like there's someone up here and then everyone else is. Nah, I don't like that. I hate that kind of shit. Like,
because we spoke about it a couple of times before when you said the same thing about having the tick on.
Yeah.
And man, bro, like for me in general, Bandit, if that was us, we're like, bro, we'll rip it handy, because like you put the freaking working, fucking show it off, man. Like, like being like Islanders, like a lot of people say it, like like, what a fear this, fear that. Yeah. It's like, bro, like that's for banter, bro. It's not for like, like put it away, because I think that's what stops like a lot of young polys and like, or even any polys in general. Like to try and make it, man. They're like, oh, what if you're a lawyer guy? I was like, bro, you're a fucking lawyer, bro. You fucking bail me out.
That's it. That's it.
It's all about backing the poly freaking movement and whatnot.
Yeah, that's facts.
It's just about like, I guess, normalizing the fact that it's all good. Like if you're succeeding in something, it's all good to kind of pat on the back.
Yeah, hard.
Good job.
That's it.
To what we normally do.
like Bandit when he just like pushed his chair around, his chair. No, not like that. That's a bad example, but
shit. Itchy eye. Damn.
Oh shit.
I think like before we move on, I wanted to mention something that Kefs does really well. Is he makes a big deal when someone comes back into the stream. So like, for instance, if you've been streaming for a bit and someone pops in, sees something, kind of make a big deal the fact that they're there. And then to add on to it, you might pull from your memory to let them know, like, actually, I remember you've been here and this is what we talked about before. So I've tried that. Yeah. I've tried that myself.
Yeah.
I've tried that before.
Was he laughing?
I've tried it heaps, to be honest. Like, hey, blah blah blah. what's the weather like in say like the Auckland? I'll say, oh, what's the weather like in Auckland?
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I'm actually in Sydney. Or they're like, oh, yo, Uso, blah 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 blah, and then they're like, I told you I was a girl. Like, oh man, I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, it's old age, brother.
So because you put your name in the beginning, also that's why you stuffed it off from the get go.
Yeah, no, I can't, bro. So I need to think about other ways to build my own community. But yeah, just wanted to mention that because I don't know if you purposely do that or not, but it's definitely noticeable when people come into your chat. Like,
Yeah,
you do make a big deal of it, and it's solid, man. Real, inspiring.
I think I'd be lying if I said that I didn't do it on purpose. I 100% do it on purpose. And it's just acknowledge them coming back in. Yeah, like how good do you feel like when you go into any place and they like say like call you by name? Like if you say for example if you go and buy you go buy a TV from like JB Hi-Fi, you go buy a TV from like electronics store, and you go to your TV, come back, and you need to go back and go buy a stereo or some shit, and then the guy who served you like comes up to by name and says like, oh, like how's the TV going, like blah blah blah, like how good do you feel, like holy shit, like this guy remembers my name, blah blah blah. Yeah, so it's just to acknowledge and stuff like that, and I'm not gonna lie, like I guess just for people that don't know, like my background, like I guess working background is a lot of like customer service, a lot of sales and stuff like that. Just working with people, and I guess just over time, that's a lot of what I do. Like a lot of what I do is acknowledging people if I see them come back in again, and just working with people and just talking to people and just conversating and stuff like that. So I'll definitely say that a lot of the confidence that I get from like being able to stream in that is just because I've been working with people before, all this kind of stuff. Even though like if we pull up like my streams from like when I first started, it's like there's quiet ass ones, like you're like, oh hey, how are you? There's quiet ass, oh, yeah, that's me. Yeah. And then just even like thoughts in the head like, oh man, like shame, like everyone else in my house can hear me like just talking to people on the internet, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think a lot of those kind of, I don't know, tendencies kind of just come from working with people in the past before, like working with people having experience with that. But I think it's cool. I think it's just a cool way to welcome someone back in. A lot of the time, like I guess my thought process behind it is just trying to remember at least one thing, whether it be where they are, like that's usually one of the easy ones, like where they are, and like just what you said, like asking how the weather is and stuff like that, or whether it be like a little bit deeper if something that I know of happened recently that they talked about in stream, like if they if like someone in their family was sick or something like that, or like if they stayed home because something happened, oh how are you feeling better, like feeling better from the other day, you said you weren't feeling well, it's just something like that. It's just a cool way for them to come back in, and I don't know, well, to kind of welcome them back in and just like ease to just chill out in the stream on the whatever's going on. So, but yeah, definitely on purpose, 100%.
Nice. So you mentioned before about joining up with Mindfreak. So you've been with Mindfreak for surely that's what, a year now?
It's funny you say that. Yeah, I was actually I think I'm assuming there'll be official announcements, stuff like that. We'll be re-signing with them. So it's been just over a year now.
Solid, man. So
they're going to be re-signing with Mindfreak. And yeah, I think the contracts might be coming this weekend, I think.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know if I was allowed to say all that, but
that's exclusive.
But yeah. Oh, good.
Exclusive.
But yeah, so yeah, just over a year now. What's the date? Like the 7th? Oh, probably like around about a year now. Oh no, it would be over a year now because I signed the contracts and then like I think the announcement was like 2 weeks later or some shit.
And so just broadly, like what was the process of joining up with Mindfreak? Did they approach you? Did you approach
them? So I guess at the time I was looking for, like, after we decided like, yeah, we want to try and join an org or a team or or something like that. We decided we're going to do that. I approached I spoke to a few different orgs here in Australia. And Mindfreak was one of them. The way I ended up speaking to Mindfreak was I actually reached out to Nazu, because people that don't know Naz, they're also staff for Mindfreak, so he does a lot of things behind the scenes for Mindfreak. Again, big shout out to also Nazu. And I asked Nazo like for a contact, like who can I speak to you know to be able to do this. And he let me know of a guy, Mitch, aka Fight Club. You guys may have seen him in my chat and stuff like that. Another staff member who helps with Mindfreak and Team Liquid, who are based over in the States and stuff like that. And I pretty much spoke with him. Man, I think the interview / meeting was supposed to be like for like half an hour. He probably ended up speaking on Discord for like almost 2 hours, just vibing, you know. And then yeah, just you know, pretty much before that meeting, I just sent a big email with analytics. So a lot of people ask, you know, how you join Mindfreak and stuff like this, stuff like that. So like around about that time, I think it's just like any kind of business proposal, and I mean that in a light way. I don't want to make it sound too serious for those who I guess kind of want to get into it. It is a lot more than just, and I'm not trying to shit on anyone, but like, you know, it means a lot. It's a lot more than just like hitting up like a team on, you know, on Instagram or something like that and just saying, yo, I like got like top 100 placement like 3 times in Fortnite. You know what I mean? You gotta. That's fine, but there's another way that you can say. There's other ways you can kind of say it and give that same information, but in a better way. So it's almost like, honestly, man, it's almost like applying for a job, really. Like you gotta kind of, or what I've done anyway. This is what I think anyway. It could be different for everyone, but just fully, just a breakdown of everything that I had kind of done. I guess just my analytics, not only on Twitch, so like in the way of like average viewers, you know, how long I streamed, all that kind of stuff, followers, blah blah blah. An analytic, like a breakdown of all my social media stuff as well, right down to like how much I post and how frequent I post and how much interaction these posts gets and stuff like that. And then just stuff that I had done, so like tournaments and whatever, and then stuff that I plan to achieve in the future, like goals and like, you know, stuff like that. And it was a bit of a big email, but I sent it to him, and I think I'm just always like that. Like I try and like just, you know, I get real pedantic about that kind of stuff. Like I try and give it my all, try and give it my 120% to, you know, to show like, you know, they liked it. They liked it. And I had that meeting with them. He was really keen from that time. I was really keen, like after just speaking to him, and yeah, that was pretty much it. History from there, I guess.
Crazy. What kind of opportunities have you gotten since joining?
Oh man, a lot, a lot. From being able to meet people that I may not have met, to taking part in events that I probably wouldn't have been able to take part in, to, you know, stuff like giveaways, to a lot. Yeah, just a lot. I think it's just I think if anything, the biggest thing was yeah, just opportunity, similar to like when I got Twitch partner, just opportunity, just being able to meet and reach out to a lot more people that I probably would have met along the way, but just at a lot quicker pace, just fast track a lot of stuff. But I guess if we talk about most recently taking part in like the Astro Warzone Invitationals, being able to go down to AO, so like obviously them looking after me getting down there and stuff like that, and being a part of AO as a content creator, you know, for Mindfreak and stuff like that, and taking part in the charity tournament, or the charity side of things. Going down to MEO, so MEO last year, and you know, checking out and cheering on all the teams from Mindfreak. They're playing like Rainbow Six, for Overwatch, like on a whole heap of other stuff. So it was pretty cool. Man, list goes on. Like the peripherals that I have, like the Logitech gear and the mic that I'm using, and yeah, the list goes on. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and just, but I guess the main thing, just forever grateful that we're able to even, you know, have the chance to represent something like that. So,
Man.
So yeah,
it's crazy. That's real crazy. Like, did you ever think that there would be something you'd be doing 5 years ago?
So me and other boys, we talk about it every now and then. They just fucking crack up. Before, like when I first started streaming, I'm like, man, you know, imagine like, Sully, what, you know, those are the Sully, what would you do? Like, if you got sponsored by like anything, so like, fuck, Sully, I wouldn't get that deal unless we all got a case deal doing those kinds of boys and that. But no, it's just, I don't know, just buzzy, man. and it just goes to show, like I don't mean this in any way to try and put myself down or anything like that. Just goes to show, man, if I can do it, fucking anyone can do it. So if you're watching this or you watch the video back on YouTube or wherever they also puts the stuff up, know that you can do it. You look at me, man, I'm fucking nearly 30 years old, kids and stuff like that. And I was able to do this. A lot of young cats are starting out like now, and that's probably the only thing that I not regret, but that's what I kind of wish that I'd done, that I kind of got into this younger.
100%.
So a lot of these younger cats out here, man, and being able to have opportunities, some of them like getting like full on like proper PCs that are able to do all this stuff, man, chase it. If this is your dream, not this what I'm doing, like, but like if I guess content creation is your dream, chase it, fucking do it. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let people tell you that you can't do it. You do you. You go out there and you give it your all. And if it's seriously something you want to do, be serious about it, you know. But yeah, that's what I reckon anyway.
I think the way you've talked about a couple of things, like it's easy, I guess, from the outside to think about the things that you've achieved, you know, getting partner, signing with and all kind of stuff, and to think, you know, like, sweet, I'm settled, I've achieved this thing, I'm all good here. But a lot of the, I guess, phrasing you've used is that since you got partnered, you've had a lot more opportunity, and since you've joined Mindfreak, you've gotten a lot more opportunity. So it's, you know, it's solid to see that you've got that kind of, I guess, growth mindset that it doesn't just stop. Continuing to work and that kind of stuff. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I reckon if you just get into streaming or think about streaming and all that kind of stuff, well, the mindset that I had, man, when I had affiliate, man, it's grind time, you know, it's time to put in work. When I had partner, it was like fucking really, like, there was, you know, it's not I think what a lot of people, from what I've seen and experienced, just like streaming and stuff like that, I'm not talking about everyone or anyone in particular, but just from what I've seen, sometimes people kind of get the mindset that partnership is the be all end all. They feel like once you have partnership, like that's it, you made it. And a lot of time it could be. But for me, man, like when I had partnership, like one of the first thoughts was like, fuck, it's time to fucking work, you know? It's time to really like put my foot down and like really take this a lot more seriously than I would have really been taking it seriously. But yeah, that for me, it was like, man, this is really where I gotta put more effort than I ever was into it. Yeah, because I guess depending what you want to do, depending how you want to take it, may not be the same for you, and there's no right or wrong. But yeah, that's how I felt, and that's what I think. It does get, you know, it does get harder. Like the more you grow, I guess that I feel in this game, the more you grow, the harder it gets, and for a lot of different reasons.
I wanted to ask you about your presentation. We've talked about presentation a couple of times on Lone and I, and I guess the importance of your own presentation. But yours, your presentation was crazy. Like everything from your own graphics, your own logo, all that kind of stuff. And then especially with your own content that you put out, it's not just the streaming that you do. It's what you put on the stream. It's what you put on your other social media. Your presentation as a whole. Wanted to ask you about it. What kind of made it important for you? What do you like about it?
So like, I'll keep it all the way fucking 100. The reason why I focus on that a lot is because I'm shit. Like I don't play competitively. Like I'm not like, you know, I'm okay, but like I'm not like, people don't come to watch SoleKefs because he stomps in fucking pub games and shit. People don't come to watch SoleKefs because I'm about to take out the cash cup this week, you know. But, so I think I mean it, and I mean it in a good way. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I guess that's kind of like the mindset around it, because like when I first started, I'm like, oh, you know, well, I need to make this look good to, you know, I guess from even before when we were talking about the camera and stuff like that. Like people don't know, like this is just the same camera that a lot of other streamers have and a lot of other streamers use. Like just going right down to the point where it's like, fuck, like I have to, try and make this look good, or make the mic sound really nice because I'm not that good at games. But that's to keep it 100, bro. That's fucking reason, bro.
I remember talking to Kefs about this ages ago too. When we put our edits together, bro, if you watch some of our little montages, bro, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, this guy's the man." Hey, they didn't come watch us live. This guy's spectating, bro.
Just like the club says.
That's just on, I guess, just on social media and posts and stuff like that. I guess it's like anything. Like when I post something, the biggest thought that comes to my head, and this is what I think a lot of people should think as well, is if this is what you want to do and get into, or what for whatever reason, any kind of social media post, montage, whatever you put out, any kind of content you put out, maybe besides tweets, because tweets is like a different kind of thing if you get into Twitter and whatnot. But everything else, like with montages, like a post showcasing your stuff, you never know when somebody's looking at your post for the very first time, looking at your content for the very first time. It could be someone from a new viewer that may just come to your stream and never sub it. There's nothing wrong with that, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Right up to somebody who's like a community, what's it called? A community person for like fucking 2K, like the bro Piz. You know what I mean? You never know whether this post is gonna be the first time where someone is gonna interact with your content and enjoy it, like enjoy the fuck out of it, and really want to engage with a lot of your other stuff that you have. So that's a lot of the reason why, sometimes, like for example, me just announcing like something, I go like full hard out, like do like a full video, put like and that's the reason why. I think because you're literally advertising yourself. And you never know who's going to be looking at it for the first time or for the second time, third time, whatever. I think that's like a big reason. And even the streams, like I try and make it, depending on what we play, try and make it look as best I can. Because you never know, you literally never know. So that's what I think anyway.
Right. What was the inspiration behind your logo?
Sole, to be honest, I don't think it's the logo for it anymore. But like when my dad used to work at New FM, I think after we moved down to it's similar to that. Yeah. To be honest, it's real similar to that. And so my dad used to work for New FM before it was that logo.
Yeah.
And I had seen it, and I had always liked that logo. So it's not like an exact copy of it. It is very similar. But I guess the idea and inspiration came around it, like just the coconut, just like a coconut and stuff like that. And fuck, I remember making that. So I actually made that logo too on Photoshop, and fuck, it took me ages to do. I literally drew like every single line, like almost, and like I don't know, you can draw like the shapes and stuff like that. But yeah, it took me forever. But that's pretty much where the inspiration kind of came from. I wanted it to be like a coconut, just the poly pride and stuff like that. And I guess I remember that kind of image or that kind of similar picture from the it does look a bit different to that, but from the New FM, like I think they changed the logo now. Hey, like it's not the coconut with the headphones on it and shit.
Yeah,
it's something else now. But that's pretty much kind of like where the inspiration kind of came from, to be honest. But yeah, fuck, that's a good question, Nils. That's a really good question, man.
Cheers. Pay me enough here. Going back to the community, I guess looking back from when you first started to now, who would you have to, I guess, thank for helping you last couple of years? Aside from your wife.
Fuck. Hey?
Aside from your wife. That's cheating.
Oh, bro. We could be here all night. Also, we're doing 24-hour streams, Ollie. There's, man. It's one of those things where, like, if I start saying names, I'll feel stink if I forget a name. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna play the safe route and not say anyone's name in particular.
Yeah, that guy's
but there's, but people, those who know. It's probably the best way. Just I know. I know too. A lot of the time I like to speak to people in DMs and stuff like that, and just kind of let them know there. But yeah, there's way too there's too many, man. There's too many. I could go on for ages, and that's I think part of like why I always always feel so grateful and blessed because of that. It's just thinking about it, right back to like, you know, when we first started to all the way to recently, to a few months ago, to 1 year ago. There's been a lot of people that if they weren't a part of my community or content in some way, shape, or form, that I wouldn't be able to do this. But I would 100% say that like everyone, if that's and I guess it just kind of comes back to like what I was saying before, why I think the community is so important. Because literally, if you don't have a community, then you know, it's, you know, I guess for me as I guess the content creator, you know, maybe it's different for competitive players. I don't know, but as a content creator / influencer, if you don't have a community, it's, man, it'd be hard. But again, there's way too many people. There's a lot of people that have helped, big or small, but there's a lot of people that have helped and continue to help to this day. Man, even people that just come in and like, you know, just come in and just say what's up in the chat. Like, you don't understand it. When I do streams and stuff like that, or like when I put out content, like liking and sharing. If I do like sponsor streams, like one of the biggest ones is like, even though people like, man, sometimes people DM and say like, sorry for not subbing, donating, but man, I'm like, it's not about that, you know. Even though I'm super grateful for everyone that does. Again, massive shout outs to AP, JTV, Endame, JC, freaking Kanga, all, you know, for the other day and stuff like that. You know, just, man, especially when you do like sponsor streams and that, like being able to show like the sponsors, the community and stuff like that, and how much love and support there is. That's, man, you people don't have any idea how much it actually helps, you know. So, man, all that kind of stuff. It's everyone.
Nice.
Everyone. There's too many. I don't want to play that game. I don't want to say like, oh, this is the next one to get a DM. Oh, what else? Say how it is.
What about the time when what about that time? What about the time when we sat in the freaking Uber with you around Melbourne?
But yeah.
Speaking of the community that help you out, there's a fact that people might not know is that the heavy hitters got their name in SoleKefs stream. And this was
really how?
Yeah, this was that same day that we all came through and did our part. Way to say it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Because before that, we were the Big Bocky clan, because we were just a bunch of boys fucking around. We just, you know, we played it together a lot, played the game together a lot. And we were BBK, and you just came out with that clan on top. This was around the time that you were doing your tournament.
Oh, yeah.
So we used to just come in and spam BBK on top, BBK clan on top and all that. And it was that day that we came in, did what we did, and it was Ed, I think. Ed said heavy hitters, and then you referred to us as the heavy hitters, and ever since then, it's been us ever since. Yeah.
I didn't even know that, bro. I didn't even know that. That's dope.
Yeah, man. So
because it was an IG post.
Like,
oh, was it?
Yeah, you had that as an IG post, and then it was like heavy fucking hitters, all right, and then then the group.
Yeah, because I remember you guys saying heavy hitters, and then I put it. Yeah, I remember I put it because you guys are going crazy. That was, man, playing Fortnite. I remember that too, and it was at the little metal base at the bottom of the volcano when everything started going crazy. You know, I remember that, and then I remember saying the heavy fucking hitters. Yeah, I remember that.
That went on Instagram, and all the boys just like, and then we seen our Facebook chat name changed to heavy hitters.
Yeah, so I remember the heavy fucking hitters. So what? Who made that name up there? Red, yeah? Or
I think Bandit threw it in earlier.
Nah, I wouldn't take credit for that.
Oh no, but like someone threw it in there, and then someone tried to throw it in. And I was like, nah, next.
Yeah, because I remember you guys were putting in the chat, and I was like, damn, like heavy hitters, like heavy fucking hitters, like yeah. I remember that. That was dope.
That's
crazy.
That's how we got our names through you. So that wouldn't have happened if we.
For anyone that asked, that's how we got our name.
For everyone that asked.
Fucking nice.
Like something else I mentioned as well is that I think you were for me personally, you're the second, I guess, streamer I came across. You know, because when we were growing up, you only know the competitive streamers. the
Yeah,
famous,
yeah.
the famous guys that make money off streaming and all
Yeah,
that.
like YouTube and
All those guys.
Bandit full moon.
Harder.
It's playing COD on the day.
Harder.
Yeah.
But I met Flex first out of anyone, and that was
Ah,
by
yeah.
coincidence. And Flex had nice, like emotes and all the stuff that was on his page. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I remember, like, I started talking to Flex quite a bit, and I asked him where it came from, and he said it came from you. So that's how I came across your content. And it wasn't until a couple months later I met this guy, and then the same thing with his one. Like, I think it was the what's good emote. Was it that one? Yeah. So the what's good emote, the same thing. He said that it was made by SoleKefs. So like, it's interesting to see how far your reach goes with the things that you do on the side as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, just wanted to mention that. You know, all these things, without you wouldn't have happened.
So I think it goes, honestly, truly, it goes both ways, man. Big shout outs to all the top boys. Shout outs to also Flex, man. He's shout outs also Flex, a.k.a. Shuttles, bro. You know. Man, he goes way back, man. He's been supporting for a long time. Him and all the top boys, man. Big fucking shout out to all of them, bro. They've been supporting for a long time. And what I used to do, and if I can remember, I think it was from there as well, or it might have been just maybe offline. I can't remember exactly, to be honest. But what I used to do, like on the Sunday chill streams, I used to have like Q&A up. But I would just do stuff on. I used GIMP, but this is before Photoshop. There's a program called GIMP. For those who don't know about it, there's a free program you can download. That's very similar to Photoshop. Called GIMP, and I was looking. This was back before when I was first trying to get into like doing all my own graphics and stuff like that, emotes and whatever. I used GIMP because it was free. And yeah, because it's free. And what I used to do is I used to just jump on there, either GIMP and then eventually Photoshop. But I would just do graphics for people, and two reasons why: just to kind of help out the community, but also just to practice, just to kind of practice and get better at, like, just kind of get better at my craft and try and understand the program a lot better, and just like a lot of people don't know, like a lot of my graphics and editing and all that kind of stuff is done by me. There's very, very few things that are done by other people, and a lot of the time it's just been people just showing love, and just saying, hey, I made this for you. But yeah, I didn't know how to do a lot of the stuff before streaming. I honestly just looked it up on YouTube bit by bit, just taking a lot of time to kind of understand and learn, and just investing in that craft, if that makes sense. Investing time into that craft, and just how do I erase the background, like a YouTube GIMP or something like that, you know what I mean, and just fucking just figuring out, it's like, oh, there's nothing wrong with that, because I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I remember doing the shuttles emotes and stuff like that. Big shout outs to him. Like I was saying, it definitely goes both ways, because like other people, without him and the boys, wouldn't be where I am now. Like, people wouldn't support me back then, so big shout outs to those, man. A lot of love for those and all the tour boys, man.
What do you think would be, or what kind of highlights come to your mind when it comes to content creating and streaming over the past couple of years? Actually, I'll make it hard for you. Choose three.
Oh shit! Definitely 100%. Sunday just passed. To be even thought about, to do something like that is, I don't know, it's fucking crazy. To be a part of, Asian Pacific Island Heritage Month on the platform, that I stream on Twitch, and representing it on a global scale is like, when I got told the news, again, shout out to Inferno. When I got told the news from Inferno, I fucking buzzed out. I freaked out. That 100% that. So not only obviously the stream itself, like the stream and everything that had happened, but just being, man, even if I just got thought about and put my name put forward and I didn't get it, still just to be thought about. But that, fuck, there's so many, man. That's actually pretty hard. But if I kind of just choose some things that kind of blanket a lot of things, it'll probably make it easier. But definitely that joining Mindfreak,
Yep.
and
We didn't have your hitters. Yes, sweet.
Real life. Let's go.
and maybe doing the first Fortnite tournament, I reckon. And that's a good question. There's a lot more, but I'd say everything that kind of happened around each of those times, and man, yeah, if I think about each of those times, it was very different. Each of those times, different. The stream was different, the vibes were different, but I don't know. But I reckon those are probably top 3 that I can think of just off the top of my head.
Nice. That's good, man. Don't worry about meeting us. Sorry, I think there's 4th.
You never know because you only asked me for free, so you never know.
Turn on the host ones. Shit.
Stay ready, mate.
You're not much into question. Let me question us.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks for coming. Oh. I'll probably move on to the other side of Tabs Up. So, you've told me before, and to my surprise, you've told me that you've tuned into a couple of episodes, which is awesome. But the other side of Tabs Up is where we not only talk about gaming, but we also talk about the mental well-being. For us, I think it was kind of like similar to some of the reasons behind you wanting to bring the poly community, at the forefront of everything. Similar to that is that we wanted to kind of bring the mental well-being to the forefront of the minds of Polynesians. Obviously because it's really important. And there are a lot of, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Stereotypes of what we're supposed to do and not supposed to do and that kind of stuff. So I guess I wanted to kind of get your perspective on mental well-being in general, and like if you have your own experiences of mental well-being, share.
Yeah, man, a lot. For those who don't know, it's not to kind of like have any like sympathy, like hey, look at me, kind of thing. But I have been through depression and anxiety. It's still sometimes at times these days still go through it and stuff like that. For those who may be struggling, whether you're speaking to somebody or not, don't be afraid to reach out to someone. If you feel like and I've said this before on stream, if you feel like there's no one, like literally no one in your life that you can reach out to, there's a lot of like helplines and stuff like that. We can actually speak to a professional. And I can say that a lot of the time that they can really help. Speaking from personal experience and stuff like that. And even if you don't feel uncomfortable with them, like if you thinking about doing a lot of some crazy stuff, and if you feel like there's no one else, you can reach out to me. Reach out to me on Discord, social media, Twitch, wherever. Don't feel like there's no one, because a lot of the time there may always be someone, but just may not realize it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I personally have gone through depression, anxiety. Even to the point where there was a time where I think just for like a week and a half, I like had antidepressants and stuff like that. I hated this shit though. So I stopped taking it after like a few days. So like I don't think I've ever talked like that deep about it. Like, but yeah, I have been through that, and like it still kind of spurs up every now and then. I think the more that you kind of talk to someone about it, the easier it gets. 100%. The more you talk about it, the easier it gets. And there's people out there that can definitely help you, whether it be loved ones, whether it be friends, family, professionals that are out there. But talk to someone about it. Even if it feels fucking weird, cringe, ugly, whatever. Talk to someone about it, because the more you talk about it, the better it can be. It was, I guess, when I was really going through it. If I talk about it a little bit, man, there was a point in my life and where like a lot of things just happening all at once, without getting into too much detail, because I don't want to. I guess I want to kind of keep it generalized so people don't feel like, oh no, that's not what I'm going through, kind of thing. But there was a point in my life and where, for like 2 weeks, I didn't really eat much. I stayed, like I barely left my room, barely left the bed, and I just had like a hoodie on, and I'd wake up, but I'd just stay in bed literally all day and not do anything. Just getting up and getting walking outside the room was too hard to do. and it's rough. It's rough. Like obviously not only like on yourself mentally, but for those around you, like my kids and wife and stuff like that, being confused about like what's wrong with daddy, what's wrong with me, what and them feeling that potentially it could be them. But yeah, it's tough. It is tough, but it is something that people can help you with if you're going through something and stuff like that. But yeah, talk to someone, reach out to someone. There definitely can be people out there that can help you and stuff like that. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be ashamed of it as well, because you'll be surprised about like people that you might like speak to, that you might know, that may be going through the same stuff or something similar or something at their own kind of level and extent and stuff like that. But I definitely think it's something that's important to me, and I guess just based around like thoughts that I have, like when people come to streams and stuff like that, to just generally overall like in the whole community, and how I guess us as I guess not only men, fathers, however you want to put it, but also Polynesians, you know what I mean? We can be really proud and feel like we can't talk about this kind of stuff because it makes us look like, make us like belittle ourselves and all that kind of stuff. There's nothing wrong with it, man. I think the more we talk about it, the more we kind of bring up the conversation, the better it will be. And I think that's why when I said like I watched the tabs up and stuff like that, man, I love the idea and the concept, man. It's good, I think it's dope, because then it kind of brings up the conversation, and it I don't think normalize would be the right word, but it kind of helps people understand that there are other people out there that can go through, or they have gone through stuff that maybe someone else may or may not go through. So yeah.
And just want to jump in here. Like I know a lot of people. You just said it before. Like you don't want people to think that sympathy. Like just saying. Right. Last week I seen. I can't remember who posted it. Someone posted a story saying that they deleted a video of them talking about mental health and stuff just because people thought they were trying to get attention in that.
Yeah.
And
True.
Bro, like it kind of like bro, it kind of pissed me off. Just the fact that like when someone makes the effort to reach out to put it out there, and people think that they're there to get noticed and stuff like that. But at the same time, like take a different perspective of it, and it needs to be put out. Like it needs to be, it needs the attention. Like it actually needs it a lot. Like some and I don't know who it is. End up deleting their post in that, but at the same time, like I'm just like, dude, like if you're that person to say, oh, you're just doing it for attention, that like don't grieve over other people. Like if you've lost someone like with two mental illness, because you're freaking not making it easier for a lot of people to come out and stuff like that, bro. So
yeah,
but that's one thing. Like if you're gonna say stuff like that, bro, if it it's more encouraging the fact that people are actually making the effort to reach out, because it's not easy. Fucking 100% putting, like you could pretty much almost say airing your your business out there, but at the same time, like if you're struggling, bro, freaking. Hence why like some of us, we're starting to, or I'm starting to like do stuff that I don't normally do, but like if it comes to like speaking out like that, like yeah, it's not really something I do. Like most of the times, just laugh it off and stuff like that. But bro, all it takes is like a little trend. And and everyone jumps on it. Like I think the push-up, the 25 push-ups and that, like I didn't do it because I'm just lazy. But the fact I like the concept of it, getting it out there. But yeah, just the fact that pure fact of people saying, "Oh, I'm doing it for attention." I was like, the issue itself needs attention.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the point. That's the exact point. That's the exact reason doing it for that, to get people to see it and stuff like that. And it's cool how people are getting creative like that, because it's better than doing nothing. Better than sitting there doing nothing. Because a lot of the time, everyone in this world has some type of connection or knows of someone, or knows of someone that knows someone that has gone through, someone that may have lost somebody, or that somebody may be going through it themselves. And it's I guess from what you were saying before around like them feeling pressure to take it down and stuff like that. It's man, it's sad. It's the sad world that we live in, or the sad part of the world that we live in. Where it's easy for people to kind of shame people, but a lot of the time it's just to kind of cover their own shame, to make them lift themselves up and make themselves feel a bit better. And it's sad, but a lot of times people do that because they just want to put some their own insecurities, and it's really easy in this day and age to do that online, do that without having to confront them personally, face to face, like physically. That's just how people are. It's sad, but that's just what I guess technology in a way has kind of enabled people to do. It is what it is, I guess. But I think that's why, that's why I love this idea of tabs up and that, because it's being talked about. You're using your platform and your community to talk about it, and I was like, fuck, man, that's fucking dope. Like, that's cool, and that's just dope. That's just cool. Yeah, I like it. So that's yeah, man, that's what I say. Like, man, I'm always keen because I know, like, somewhat what this was about. And yeah, man, I'm all for that. I'm all for it. So it's good.
Really appreciate that, eh? Like, I say this every week, but 6 out of 6 times now that I kind of, when I talk to people, for people that don't know, when I bring up what we're going to talk about, the conversation to the person, I don't ask too many questions when it comes to this stuff. I kind of put the ball in the guest's court, because then that's up to them. If they can share their views on it, but then if they want to share an experience, that's 100%. Up to them. So props again to you for sharing that kind of stuff. You didn't have to, but it's solid to see that you're comfortable to at least give your perspective and share your experience and that kind of stuff. That's all.
Yeah. That's it, man. Like, it is. It's always hard. It's always hard talking about any of that kind of stuff for anyone. That's what I think. Anyway, like, it'll never feel like, oh yeah, it's not like one of those things. Like, oh yeah, this is something that just kind of happened, in my life or whatever. But it gets easier as you talk about it more. And if talking about that once helps anyone in any way, shape, or form, man, that's all. That's all good.
And like, I guess if you think about, the people that we're trying to target with this, it could be someone that's going through something similar, or things like that. But then also, if you're that freaking Whiakama Mamafa guy, that nothing ever affects you, but you got mates and, like, your inga, your brother, you're also going through that kind of stuff. It's just kind of just being aware that kind of stuff happens. Like, even if it's not you, someone else. It's just similar to what both of you have said this before, but we don't know. Sometimes we don't know what people go through in their day. We don't know what took them off, what good mood, bad mood. It's just having that awareness, man.
Yeah.
With you, oh no, you go. I'll go after it.
Just adding on to that, like, as you know, like, so I guess has accomplished a lot in the last couple of years, and some of even the other people that we've had, we've had like professional rugby players on here, and like it's still the same thing with everyone. Like, the main thing that everyone agrees on, like, to make it far at the same time, but you got to look after your mental well-being and stuff like that. Like, see, me myself, I'm taking a little break just to get my shit together. Like, it's not one of those things to, like, but like, if I'm not 100%, like, how am I supposed to perform 100%? The same thing goes to SoleKefs with his stuff, with his, at the same time, it's still a business side of thing, like what he does online, like, it's still at the end of the day, you got to perform. And same with the rugby players that we've had on here, bro, you got to look after yourself, or else what? That's your income, especially for those guys on a bigger platform, like, you got to put their body on the line. So that's the main thing that you really, a lot of people are like, shoot, that whole, I think it's a little bit like that should be right. We're all goods, like, it's not all goods when you're like, when you're on breaking point, bro. Don't wish it to anyone.
That's so true. Like, you can't help anyone unless you help yourself, eh? I
just want to add that in. The next bit, sorry, man.
It's like Yeah, like even some people don't know. Some people do know, because I'll talk about the stream before. Some people don't know. Like when I first started streaming, I was like just fucking going for it. Stream every day, like just go crazy, like just, and that's all I used to do. And it took a little while. Obviously there's a lot of excitement around it as well. Like when you first start, if you get some gear, streaming gear, stuff like that. And there may be different people that may not have as many responsibilities in their life, whatever it is, family, children, Mrs. like a partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. But like it really affected like my home, like being able to spend time with kids and the wife and all that kind of stuff. And I burnt out pretty quick, and I didn't stream for like 2 weeks straight. And that's pretty much the reason why I made like a schedule. Just because I could balance not only streaming stuff, but just like your own life and stuff like that as well. So it's really important to do that. Like, so for example, like today, like I don't stream today. What was the other day? Monday. I don't stream on Mondays. And I was going to, because I've been having so much fun with like Grand Theft Auto. I was going to stream on Monday, because I didn't have work Tuesday. Like and everything was it was all good. But I told myself no, because like I need to keep on that schedule. And it's good that I did, because it just gives you that mental, just that little reset.
Yeah,
just like how you have like days at work and stuff like that. You have your days off just to kind of relax. And if anything, like it can help, because then it makes you more hungry just to get back into the next day and go hard. So I think it's good. Whether you have like whether you have breaks like during your schedule, or whether you just have a break in general, just away from streaming and stuff like that. I think it's always good. I think it's always good to do it.
That's crazy, eh? Like, how good is having a schedule, man?
Oh, bro, it's yeah.
I think noticed it, Bandit. Bandit didn't really have one.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize how good it was until I started doing it. I was like, fuck, man. But yeah, it's something I say all the time. People ask me, man, schedules. Like,
I only did one. I only did one to a bit more professional in that. And then when I actually did it, like you actually realize like how much time you can.
It gives you time to just do stuff as well. Hey, yeah. No, that's why. That's what I found out like after doing it. So yeah, try and if you haven't already, if you've been like streaming for a bit, or even if you want to start streaming, make a schedule, and don't. I think one thing that I've seen people do is don't get kind of caught up in like, oh fuck, I don't stream on those days, don't stream. Just do what you can. There's no right or wrong with this kind of stuff. You just do what you can. If you can do more, do more. If you can't, then don't freak out.
I know.
It's cool.
We'll get my song.
It works both ways. Like, yeah, that's exactly what Ben was about to say. Like especially like one of the good things about having a schedule and stuff like that is like you remember like every kid growing up, you already know that if you wake up a little bit too early and you go to turn on that TV and you're watching the aerobics before the cartoon comes, you know that time thing.
How do you
do the aerobics? I was doing the aerobics. I was in the back directly.
So what exactly are you doing?
That's why I wake up early.
The stretching one. When I was a little kid, and they stretch it out.
So what the fuck?
Let's mention me. Why we Bandit?
Don't see it. Okay, yeah, carry on.
But having that, like that schedule and having that time, everyone already knows. Like surprisingly, I've had a couple people say, "Oh, when are you back? Like next Monday night?" Like, but it's actually pretty cool. Like, it's like actually people actually want to watch me be a dick on streams. So I was like, "Oh,
Buzz, yeah."
Yeah, like I'm just like,
you
want to watch me talk shit and fucking play a game, I got you. But having people having that time that everyone can expect, to have you on, which is pretty good. Because fucking waking up a bit too early for Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. Well, mate, I tell you, didn't want the good old.
Different balls easily. These are different.
Also,
different dragons.
I was taming my dragon.
Bigger balls easily.
Make me sick. I don't want to watch Dragon Ball Z ever again.
Oh shit!
So for you, Kefs, obviously on a influence level in your content creating levels, goes out to a wider audience now. Do you find it hard sometimes if you do actually get a hard time from randoms that show
That like, do you mean like that aren't poly?
Nah, like just people that
Oh, no.
people that come through that and like the trolls. Like,
Nah, they've been here, like, you know what I mean? They've been here, they're gonna be here. It's just how people are. There's even some people that have been trolls in the chat that like turn into fucking people who like, you know, coming up to 12-month subs and shit, you know.
oh,
It's hard cases, but it's true, you know. It's I don't know. The internet is a vast place, is a vast area where people can feel like they have superpowers or not, you know. They feel like they have a lot more confidence, and power to them. If that's what they want to do on the internet, hey, it's none of my business, you know. But I think there's been times that people would talk to me about people trolling on the internet and stuff like that, and like what are ways that I kind of go about it. And like simply put, ignore them. The more time that you focus on things that can't help your stream, there's less time for things that you can actually focus on that can help your stream. You know what I mean? The more time that you focus on those that don't even matter to anything that you do, your stream content creation, is less time that you can actually focus on those that are there all the time, that come through and say what's up, and that love and enjoy your content and your community and everything that you kind of you know, show and have to give. So that's kind of like the mindset for me around it is just ignore them. Like obviously, you know, try and help them, because like I was saying before, you know, try and help them, you never know. But if the end of the day, if they don't want to, you know, be happy, just ignore them. Just like a lot of times you see people, you know, so I don't know, sometimes people notice someone will be spamming some bullshit, like just trying to mock me or whatever in the chat, and I just ignore it, just leave it. And most of the time they'll just be gone. Like after the third, fourth comment, they're just gone. Yeah, so there's no way. I guess it was, and it was no one that I know from the poly community, but I've seen some people from, I guess, just the streaming community in general. There was some people just coming into the chat asking like, oh wow, like on the Sunday, like, oh well, like you got X amount of viewers, like, wow, how are you getting so many viewers?
How annoying was that, man?
Yeah, it's, I think it just goes to prove my point, where if these people are asking this, like how, like they it just goes to show that because I put out on my social media, I put out everywhere. Either they don't understand it, which is you know is fair enough, or they just don't interact with the content, and it just goes to show that. So it just goes to tell me that it's nothing, because these people don't really care about me anyway. So why are they, you know, suddenly appearing when, you know, something happened? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But that's why I've seen a lot, and I just explain to them, because sometimes they just might not know. But I've seen, yeah, some of them just being fucking haters. But it is sort of, it's the internet, you know. People do this. People do this every day. If it's not us, it'll be someone else. If it's not someone else, it'll be us. It's just what it is, to be honest.
I don't.
But, yeah,
it is what it is.
That's it.
Cool, man. Thanks for that. Probably go to some quickfire questions that Unknown's prepared earlier in the day. This time I've got a couple. I said that last time I had nothing. But go through quickfire questions and then and then we'll go we'll go to the questions from Instagram. There's a couple that came through. But we'll go through quickfire first, community questions, and then we'll wrap up. So Unknown, you can.
Yep. All right. So we already know you're a shoe guy.
Yeah.
Give us your top 5 favorite shoes
at the moment, or all time?
All time.
Oh, that's tricky.
That's why I said 5, because I know you freaking go.
We'll go. Can we go at the moment? Because like, man, it'll take me a long time. I'm the kind of guy that like I would.
Yeah. Or like
because if we say all time, so like, we're gonna be here for like the next maybe half an hour at least. Because I'm gonna like, oh, what about this one? At the moment, bro, and I just got them in the mail today. They're on special. I'll show you, because I got them on my feet. So like, these Adidas slides with the little these things on it. You see that?
Yeah.
So like, my dad had like ones. The other ones that he had was like the little massage things was bigger than that. But he had these. Like when I was like a kid, like growing up and stuff like that, he had these sandals. So like, I always put my feet because I always felt so nice. And I've been looking for a pair of these for ages. I never seen them until the other day. Yeah, Solly.
Oh, true.
And I saw them on special. They were like $20 or something like that. For like $50. So I grabbed those. They're definitely these because I just put them on now. Far out. My Ultra Boosts. I recently got a pair of Ultra Boosts. And they are comfy as fuck. Those are, man, they're really good. I could wear them all day and like, and because I'm a big boy, you know, I'm big. I could wear them all day. Hey?
Do you have flat feet?
Yeah. Fuck it out, silly. Fucking wear sandals whenever I can. With sandals and sandals whenever I can. Yeah, my feet. Yeah. Well, maybe it's too. So these ones here, comfy. Ultra Boost. They're fucking comfy. I love these shoes. But yeah, probably these. Fuck. I don't know if you can see it. These ones here. The what are these? Presto Reacts. So like they have like the sole is like the Nike React. So how many is that? 3. 1, 2, 3. These ones. Hold on. I bought these on Sapax actually. My Vape Max.
Oh yeah,
Vape Max eggplants. Because they're comfy too, and obviously just like they look like teens and shit. But yeah, these actually Vape Max Plus eggplants, I think they're called. 1, 2, 3, 4, and what's number 5? Oh, sorry, my black Air Forces, mid cut or low cut black Air Forces. You can just wear it with anything. I actually bought some Tims. So I bought some Tims the other day. They're like, because they're normally like fucking $300 or some shit.
Solid.
But I saw them. Hey,
expensive.
So like they were. Sorry, hold on. I think I can. Oh yeah. So they were like $70.
Oosh.
All red Tims. That was cheap as. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna wear those. Hey. I don't know when the hell I'm gonna wear those.
When you go and stomp the yard, Solid.
But so you're gonna start crumping them. No. But yeah, so they were like $280 and then they're down to like $70, $80 or some shit. But yeah, I reckon these are probably my current top 5 that I wear the most, just for either comfort or I guess style is probably a way to put it. But yeah,
nice. What would be your favorite takeaway and favorite home cooked meal?
Bro, takeaway island food all day, either from Sears or this place called Lanakis. Lanakis is pretty good.
Where's that?
So it's just around the corner from Sears. Legit, the Nakis remind me of like fucking if you go and get some island food from like Southside, if you go and get some island food from South Auckland, so like that's what the Nakis taste like, man. Good, it's nice. But they are Sears. Island food, 100% takeaway. If we're not talking about if we can't use island food, like if we're talking like chains in there, probably just freaking Chinese or KFC. Not that, yeah. So like Chinese and Narangs.
I got you.
Spartles.
When it opens, bro, that's us.
Yeah, hard. They're probably already open. Not even caring about any of the rules. They just do whatever. So they don't care.
I feel my wife about it because she's a massive like Chinese fan. And like,
so that's the. And bro, we probably only got like maybe I don't know 5 or 6 different things, and there's like 30 on the menus. So you can just go for it. It's nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Do you have a favorite NBA team?
Nah, to be honest, like not like I feel like I don't follow it enough to like, you know, to make a actual decision. Fucking whoever's winning. Whoever's winning is.
Nice. With you on that one, also. What's your favorite?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know enough to know. To be honest.
Have you seen the Last Dance doco though?
Not all of it. All of it. I've started watching it, and then I watched a bit like at work because it's been quiet. So I just fucking put on the TV and just sit in the shop and just watch it.
That's pretty good.
But I haven't. I need to watch all of it. Because fuck, bro, it looks fire, man. And then I seen just the other day, on all the sneaker pages that I'm on Facebook, like everyone's asking for flu games and shit.
Hey.
Like the Jordan, the black and white Jordan. Yeah, yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
What would be your favorite movie of all time?
Fuck. This is a hard one, bro. Because I don't really like watch too many movies. Like I'm not a massive like movie buff or movie fan, whatever they call them. Fuck, bro. This is actually a hard one. Just my favorite one of all time. Oh, silly. I don't even. Fuck, I couldn't choose one, eh?
Yeah, stink question.
Let him answer, man.
It would have to be like Blood and Blood Out, fucking Training Day, fucking I don't know, man. Like Coach Carter, Remember the Titans, like that kind of shit, bro. That's my shit, bro. Like that's probably I don't know. That's a hard one, bro. That's a hard question. Or like any Disney movie. I like Disney movies and fucking Pixar movies and shit, bro. All the kids movies.
I don't actually.
Favorite animes. Give us top 3.
One Punch.
Yeah.
Man, some One Punch. Demon Slayer? Is Demon Slayer? That's just fire. And oh shit. Fuck, see, I'm bad at these ones, because I think too much, eh? I don't answer too quickly. But yeah, One Punch, Demon Slayer. Bro, man, let's pick an old school one, yeah? Maybe like either Metabots or Zoids, if he's know those. Surely he's know those. Yeah,
you know
Metabots.
Yeah.
And I feel bot.
Didn't know it. Yeah, either Metabots or Zoids. Just say one of those. Or even OG Beyblade, bro.
Yo,
you know
OG Beyblade, though.
Like Pokemon and shit. Like OG, like the one that makes you go to $2 shop and go and buy you fucking Beyblade that's gonna last you.
You get the one for Mechas.
Solid. You don't get one of those. You can get the fucking Powerade bottle. Solid. You get a marble. Solid. You get the milk bottle. You cut out like spikes and shit. You put on there. You get a string from like your t-shirt, and you get a pencil. That's your thing. That's the whole Beyblades. That's the ones you can't afford them from the $2 shop. Beyblades. Fuck. But yeah, that's it. That's all I reckon.
What would be the one thing you can't leave the house without?
Fuck. Heard my phone?
Okay, that isn't your phone.
My wallet. I don't know. Nah. Fuck. That's like, man, if I have my phone, like I'm pretty much set. That's the thing. Like you can do so much with your phone. If you forget something, you can just call. You know, you can just call or like get an app or some shit. So like I'm super basicals. Like legit. When I leave home, phone, wallet. That's it. I'm good. Yeah, nothing too different or crazy or fancy. To be honest.
Fair enough. Didn't wear undies.
Sorry, fucking exposed me.
Nice. Good answer.
Oh no, hey, I'm not sponsored anyway. Maybe one day I am, but fuck, have you guys seen those Step 1 undies, like the ads and shit? Have you ever seen those or not?
Jack,
they're like those undies, like those fancy undies, like Step 1 or some shit. It's called Step 1 undies. If you look it up, you Google it. They're like ads. They're ads all over the place. Instagram, Facebook, like everywhere. I've always seen them for ages. And fuck, I talk about undies. my boss got them, and he told me like they're like really good, like, you know. In fact, I bought some like 2 weeks ago. Solly, that is probably, if I'm going to work, that is one thing. Solly, man, I have to, man. Those undies are the best. Those, worth it. So they're like $25 each, but fuck, it's worth it. Eh?
It's called Step 1.
Solid. Step 1. If you just look at, I'm not sponsored or anything like that. Disclaimer. But yeah, Solly.
Nice.
Best undies. Best undies for hard stay workers. Oh, shit.
Still a favorite PC game?
At the moment or all time?
Give us the top 3 all time.
Oh, PUBG in its prime. Fucking 100. Shit. CS, like OG CS, like Source 1.5
Yeah.
It's good. Like CS goes dope, but OG CS. Too many memories, bro. Too many memories of that game. Fuck, I don't know, man. At the moment, probably, man. Honestly, oh fuck, that's actually pretty hard now. Fuck you. It's like you have to give it to GTA, bro. Look how long it's been out, man. Look how much it's actually doing. Like, the replay value of this game is fucking crazy, bro. I remember back when it first came out, bro, man. Like, fuck, like, I went to work and then the day was coming out and I was like, fuck, should I take the day off? You know, blah blah. That nah, just go to work. So I drove all the way to work. I got to work and I told them I was feeling sick, and then I went downstairs to JB Hi-Fi, grabbed a copy, went back home. Me, fuck. So like, yeah, maybe GTA. I like Fortnite and shit. Like, I don't know. It depends. That's a good one. But yeah, at the moment, that's probably, I don't know. OGCS, bro. OGCS, you can't go wrong. But that's like the fuck, man.
Oh, and speaking of that, is it a game that you've taken like multiple days off work just to play? Was that it?
Bro, a lot of games, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But like most of the time I'll plan it. Like a lot of time I'll plan it. There's very few times where I've like done the sickie to, you know, to play video games. To be honest, a lot of time I'll just try and plan it. Like when when some Call of Duties have come out, when new versions of Destiny had come out, like I'd always just take leave and shit. But yeah, there's been a few times, obviously. But yeah,
nice.
Good question. Yeah.
Who are your favorite streamers to watch at the moment? One male, one female.
Hey?
Or favorite streamers to watch at the moment?
Not including us.
Yeah, not including us. We'll make it a bit easier for you. One male, one female. So it can't be unknown and I
can't, bro. I can't do this question, bro.
Yeah, me as your male and Peter as your female.
Fuck. I can't do this question, bro. This is this is the one that's gonna get clipped. This. I'm not doing this one. Oh man, anyone in the whole poly community, anyone and everyone in the whole poly community, support.
What a cop out.
Let's use this time instead of hey mate. Let me speak about our people for a second, okay? Is that alright with you? Now, anyone, if you man support. If you see someone come up on the grind, support them. Say what's up. Even if you can just spend a little bit of time in the stream, go through, say what's up, you'll be like, you have no idea how much actually it means to them. If they just started streaming or if they on the grind, go through, say what's up, 5-10 minutes of your night, you know, hang out, ask them how their day is, ask them how the stream's going, blah, blah, blah. You have no idea how much it actually means to them. I promise you that. But yeah, everyone in the poly community is my favorite.
Yes.
Man, ask another question because that one.
Holy shit!
All right. You're stuck on a deserted island with one person that isn't your wife. Who would you take?
Everyone.
As my wife, I won't say my parents. That's a bit of a cop out. I reckon my grandma.
Oh, nice.
My grandma. Yeah. Just to spend time and just to learn anything before you know what's gonna happen. I don't know. This is the first person I thought of. I don't know.
Nice.
Solid. Jordan or LeBron?
Fucking good question, bro.
Hey!
It's a good question. What are we talking? What are we talking though?
Basketball player.
Just purely as an athlete. Just that's all. Nothing. We're not taking anything else in consideration.
You said
LeBron.
Basketball player. What?
This is different times. We're talking about different times. I'm not saying that Jordan is bad, but like these days, there's a lot more. Like look how much is invested into athletes. You know what I mean? It's man. LeBron's a fucking monster. If we're just talking one-on-one as athletes, we're not talking about teams. We're not talking about man. If we're talking about all together as a person, brand, athlete, blah blah. Jordan, fucking by far, by far. But again, LeBron is still like young. He's still got a lot to do before he gets to, you know. It wouldn't be a fair. It wouldn't be a fair comparison if we're talking about everything.
Oh, nice.
Because man, you look at just the first thing, just Jordan sneakers. Fucking hell, like that's. Look how much they go for, how much money's made. Look what people do for it. They like freaking line up for days, if not weeks, to get like a pair of sneakers. Crazy. And just everything else that he does, you know what I mean? But I think if we're talking about them as a whole. Okay. If we're talking about everything like as a whole, yeah, not Jordan. But if we're talking about purely as athletes, I'm gonna have to go for LeBron because we'll never know. We'll never know. Obviously, there's a talk about them in their prime and this and that, but I do know one thing: it'll be fucking dope to watch. It'll be crazy to watch because it's more than just skill on, you know. If it were to actually happen mentally, who do you think would? Because it'll be like that'll be the, you know, they're both like crazy athletes in their prime. It'll almost come down to mental, like who would have the stronger, you know, who would mentally be stronger? What do you think, you know?
Definitely Jordan.
I don't know. It's just it's hard to tell. It's real hard to tell, hey, you know what I mean? So I don't know. That's a good one. That's a good question. Depends on what we're talking about, but yeah.
What do you fill out in those forms that ask you what your ethnicity is? What's the box that you took?
Ticks all of them.
So like, because they're different. Wait, you talking about like when you go to the airport and shit?
Yeah.
Or like, are you just talking about the forms?
Like,
So always, if there's no like other option, like I think I have to tick over here. You're supposed to tick New Zealand, like if you're in Australia. Because there's no. Sometimes I'll just go like, you know, they'll just have the normal. You know what I'm talking about? Like they'll just say New Zealand or New Zealand or some shit. Or if there's other, like I usually go other and go Polynesian or Pacific Island.
Nice.
Always. Wait, what do you tick?
Samoan.
Sorry, repeat that, please.
They have that on. They have that over here. Samoan on the.
No, what did you say before? Samoan.
Hello.
Malo lelele, actually.
I mean, docs. Yeah.
You sure?
You sure?
Both in their prime, J-Lo or Mariah Carey?
Ooh.
Have to go with my waifus.
No, it's something like performer, like, you know.
Like singing or
yeah.
Just talking about singing, nothing else,
nothing else that we would be
singing. Mariah Carey or J-Lo for singing,
like, you know, like performance wise, like, you know, back in that 90s era, you know, like no one else touched them.
Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey, Sully. I'm not saying J-Lo's bad, but Sully,
you know,
hits after hits of Mariah Carey, Sully. Holy. So the Christmas song?
Oh, timeless.
When you think Christmas music, what do you think of, Sully? Fuck. Every year, Sully. We're talking about music, yeah. Song and that, yeah. Mariah Carey. Sorry, J-Lo. Sorry, Jenny from the block.
Look at your watch name. Oh.
Anyway,
Sully.
who is one person you would recommend for Tabs Up?
Oh, bro. Fuck, that's a good question, There's a lot, bro, and I don't want to like make it out that.
No. I think like, I think you'd probably more say who do you think we can benefit like from us as headers and our community, because you already know us. You know, it's not a lot of people.
What? Fuck, there's a lot, man. There's a lot.
I could list them if you want.
Fuck, bro, man. There's a lot. Temporize, fucking Nazo.
Ooh.
Fuck, who else? Fuck. Because you already had all the boys on here, eh? Like, who have you had already?
I've had.
I'm pretty sure I know, but just
UsoUnknown. Fale.
Yeah. See, I was gonna say Fale.
The Team Velocity.
Yeah. AP.
and
Fates.
Fates.
Oh, you forgot Fates. What a dog.
Because Fates was my favorite one. Favorite one last.
Heavy
Amen.
meeting
The
after
bestest
this.
ever tabs up I've ever had in the whole entire universe. Amen. Let's dish me up like that.
Freaking Math and Zaddy and them. So Team Persis and that.
Oh,
Zaddy definitely good on. Fuck, bro, I could go on, man. You Ragnar? Also Ragnar?
Ooh.
Some Team West and all that. Alpha Lady. Bro, I could, man. I could go on. Like, there's so many cool people that, like, for some people don't know. Like, when I was talking to those, like, I told them that, like, I usually try and tune as much as I can, and even like for a good example, like the homie that also AP was on last one. Yeah, he was on number 5.
Yep.
Like, I got a bit of his on, and I like learned stuff that I didn't know about him. So, like, man, there's a lot of people that you can, that you could like reach out to. That's that's even the bro Brox. Like so many people. Like, there's so many people for so many different reasons. Man, I could keep going, and I feel bad because I'm trying to remember people that I shouldn't like forget. But there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot of, like, good people that want that. Not only one will love to back this up and like love to share the knowledge and all that kind of stuff, but 2, just generally be a good person to kind of talk, like an interesting person to kind of talk to. More interesting than me anyway. Fuck. Can't even decide my answers and shit. But man, like, right, this man, I'm still like, yeah. And then even if you move away from like the like Twitch/streaming space, a lot of people like on social media, like Polynesian influencers on social media, like to that'll be key to come. So, totally, there's a lot, there's heaps. Even APAC. I mean, I seriously mean that, because she has been around.
She OG.
From what I feel like pretty much day dot. Like, she has seen a lot, but she's very humble, very smart, and you know what I mean. I think if she was up for it, like, it would be awesome to speak to. Like, for example, like, there's a lot of this, man. Yeah, there's more, but yeah.
Oh, nice.
There's too many people. I could go on for ages. I could keep going.
Nice. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much me.
Yeah, that was the last from me as well. It's the recommendations.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
What about the chat?
Chat. Yeah, the questions.
Social media.
I see the questions from the social media. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. When is Ukraine gonna make a comeback?
Bro, we talked about this before. Fucking whenever the fuck we get around to it. I don't know. Bro, I'd love to. And it was funny because the last time I streamed, I think his name on Twitch is D Thugs, but that's actually one of the boys from, like, I think when I very first joined that lobby that I was talking about before. Also Junior from Sydney. But bro, whenever I'm down. Let's go.
Nice.
Oh man.
I think you might have answered this before, but what made you become a streamer?
I think just being interested in interacting with the community while we're live streaming. Yeah, just having that. Sure.
Nice.
That's a good one. Yeah.
What are the benefits of being a well-known streamer?
Well known for the wrong reasons, I think, Gus. I guess what we're talking about before, opportunities and opportunities to be able to do cool things like sponsor streams and being able to travel. Like, when I was a little kid, I want to do something, always want to do stuff with gaming, but if you would tell me back then, or even before I started streaming that, you're going to be traveling for gaming, like, bro, I wouldn't have believed you. But like, just being able to travel, just be able to meet cool people, like you boys, like I meet you guys in real life, you know what I mean? Be able to meet cool people and like, and just to interact to that level. But not only getting good opportunities, but not wasting those good opportunities. So giving it your all. But yeah, I don't know. Like I reckon just opportunities to not only better improve myself and my content, but to also potentially pass on to other people in the community.
Nice.
Yeah, and help others.
Probably answer this one, but maybe not the cons. There's pros, cons of being a streamer. I think I've answered a lot of the pros. Any like cons top of your head being a streamer?
Sleep. No sleep. depending on your own like responsibilities and stuff like that. But it does like anything else, like any other business or anything that you kind of work hard towards and put a lot into. Like lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep, especially if you're a content creator, like if you're a streamer, like for content purposes, not if you're a pro, like you're a pro player, you're good at the game, so people can watch you play the game. Afterwards, you're editing all your stuff in that.
And obviously not a negative way, but making mistakes. Like there's so many. Obviously, there's a lot of things that people see that I can like that are cool and stuff like that. But man, there is so many opportunities to learn since doing this. There's so many mistakes that I've made. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. It did take me a while to kind of be like, fuck, like just keep going. But yeah, I think maybe one of the biggest ones is like lack of sleep. And I don't know. I guess along the way you may feel like pressured to constantly stream, and it is a big like a heavy like mental kind of weight on your shoulders and stuff like that as well for a lot of different ways. But yeah, that's what I reckon.
Solid. What size shoes? I swear we are the same size.
Depends on the shoe, but anywhere from 12 and a half, 13 and a half, around there. Depending on the shoe.
What are you on?
I know that sounds weird, but yeah, when you get a few, then yeah.
What'd you say?
What size are you? It's your question.
Exactly what he said. Like a 12, 13.
Yeah.
My 13s in boots though, like footy boots in there.
Yeah, so it depends.
Yeah,
it just
and then Tim's in that as well. Like they're all 13s.
Nice.
You don't want it to be tight, but
nice. Where are your family from in the Cook Islands?
Oh, good question.
So I guess not to do those ones and go too far back, but my grandpa actually grew up in Aitutaki, and some of his family kind of like got what do they call it in Māori, whāngai, or got adopted into. But he's originally from Kiripati, so like I got a bit of Kiripati blood in me as well.
Sure.
But he grew up in Aitutaki. My grandmother grew up is like from Tahiti and Mangaia. But yeah, if we're talking about the main island in Raro, I think it's called Awaroa. It's near the airport, and if you live there, then it's on like my family's like house/land is in it's called P&D Electronics Road, because they don't have street names, They call it P&D Electronics Road because there's like an old like busted down electronics store that was called P&D Electronics. It wasn't even an electronics store; it was like a shack, and that was like at the end of the road. They call it P&D Electronics Road. And I guess like if you go right down to like the tribe, I think our tribe from where our land is and all that kind of shit is called Ngati Uritawa, which is kind of like the head of the animal. It's hard, yeah. But yeah, that's in short. Without going to go into too much detail, Aitutaki, Mangaia, we got land in Aitutaki. We gotta go build there actually, like real soon. But Aitutaki, Mangaia, in Awaroa on the mainland. I'm pretty sure it's good. It's near the airport. It's down right from the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when you mentioned it in the talent show stream, you mentioned Aitutaki on that day. And I was in Discord with the other boys. Saying to them like, we're fams, bro. My missus from the same place. Her family place.
Do you mind saying who her family is, or
what's that?
know like the family name is, or like or her family like over there is?
Yeah, J-Lo.
Huh? Are you sure?
J-Lo.
You sure?
I'll tell you later.
No.
Yeah, you know why? Because that's who Bocco doesn't know.
Nah.
Bro. He doesn't know. Who
Yeah, you know what, babe? I don't. What's your last name again? I'll ask you later. Nah, I'll teach you up later about that. But yeah, they're from same place.
Sully, I won't be surprised because fucking Naitutaki is a small place. Also.
Yo, actually,
Tiny.
but freaking all the people that have come out of there, holy.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people from there.
Yeah, actually.
But yeah, we got land there. That's a lot of our landers who gotta go and gotta go build. Gotta go build there.
Nice.
Because like if you don't build in a certain amount of time, then you lose it pretty much.
Yeah, hard out.
Or someone else can just claim it. So
Hard out.
But yeah.
Man. There's one more question. But I think I'm gonna wrap up before I ask you, because of what might happen when you answer it. So let's see.
What happened?
You'll see. Thanks heaps for your time. How long's it been? 3 hours?
Anytime.
3 hours of your time.
Sully.
That you're busy and all that.
Anytime.
Hard out.
But not for this stuff, bro.
Hard out.
Anytime.
Hard out. Know you're good for a day. But really appreciate you sharing all of that, all the insight and experiences that you've had. Been real helpful for us, especially. But then we hope that other people as well.
Yo.
So yeah, that part is where I'm gonna cut this video when I post it.
Fuck you, okay.
All right.
I just want to let you know before he says anything, I got nothing to do with it. Anything happens from
answer
this on,
honestly. Honestly, give the honestest answer in the whole entire universe.
I'm interested now.
All right, cool.
Yo.
All right, last question.
Yo.
Which heavy hitters member is your favorite in the whole galaxy?
So that's easy. And I'm gonna base it off one thing, and obviously I know because we're all brothers. So I know none of you are gonna take it personally.
Sure.
I'd have to give it to also Flex, man, because he's I'm not.
Nah, that's bullshit.
Man, what the hell?
That's bullshit.
He been supporting the loggers. He know me the loggers. So if you want second, third, and that, just go in the order of who have known the loggers.
I mean,
that's all.
Do you guys have any?
So I thought it was gonna be harder.
Oh, are you sure?
Short stream, appreciate it.
Short stream, short guys, short gifts. Short Yesu. All right, later.